Okay, so welcome to the 10K to 100K coaching blueprints. It's a proven framework from my new book, The Online Coach's Business Bible. I know most of you already have the digital copy. Some of you had the hard copy already or on the way. 4 years writing this book. The purpose of this training is to share how to go from 10K months to 100K months quickly and then also sustainably. There's many ways you can do that, but I'm going to show you the fastest way. Slow is painful, fast is fun. If you're watching live, thank you for joining us live. If you're watching the replay, we'll pop this in our YouTube and also in our mastermind as well. Thank you for joining us. We're probably going to take about an hour and 3/4, I think. And this is actually essentially part two to the training I did a month ago. So a month ago, I did the training on how to launch and build to 20K months, which is really the first part of this book. And then this is kind of part two, so the bigger stuff. And the purpose of this training for me personally is to instill in all of you, Tyson, Jess, Andrew, that seven figures is not only possible for you, but probable if you do the right things. And so today I'm going to give you the checkpoints and the roadmap, even if you're not yet there. So if you're watching this and you're just starting out as a coach, don't think it's too big or too far away, because the truth is that from scratch, I've built my first seven-figure online coaching business back in 2013 was fitness and nutrition. I built it from scratch in 9 months back then. I built my next seven-figure coaching business in 2018, which was business coaching. And then a year later, I built my third seven-figure business, which was an affiliate marketing business, which was doing about 220, 250,000 months. And then in 2023 to 2024, I launched an agency. I had an agency doing 70 to 80,000 consistent weeks. And now we have the Surge Institute as well. So this is something we've done many times over. And so I built 4 7-figure business personally. And over the last 15 years, I've coached many online business owners build 6, 7, multiple 7 figures. I put the entire process into this book, and I'm going to share with you in visual format now the checkpoints and roadmap, the fastest way to go from 10K to 100K months. So if you're watching this right now and maybe you're struggling to get your coaching business off the ground and you're working a job to pay the bills, this is still for you, because I believe that 250,000 a year is the new 6 figures. Can you guys remember when 6 figures was a lot of money? You guys remember when 6 figures? Remember when 100K was a lot of money? Tyson, 100,000. I'm making 100,000 a year. You can't live on $100,000 per year. For us to stay in this place where we live now is 3,800 per week. Our living expenses are $3,800 per week. So you cannot survive on 10K months anymore. Once you're paying your bills and your expenses and your taxes, you might have enough for a trip each year. So the new 6 figures is 250,000. So the first checkpoint for you, Jess, the first checkpoint for you, Amanda, the first checkpoint for you guys watching live or replay is obviously to get to those 20K months, because then you can quit your job, you can do this full time, you've got everything covered, and you got a little bit of cash maybe left over. But can you really thrive on 20K months? Can you create a life of financial freedom, travel the world, spend time with family in the biggest way possible? Probably not. So the biggest thing I want to do in this training is two things. One is empower you to make an all-in decision to build your belief, to build a $1 million a year business. And two, give you the exact roadmap on how to do that. Throughout the training, I'll also give you some options for some other resources to help you on the journey. Also, if you haven't yet got my book, The Online Coach's Business Bible, there will be a link if you're watching the replay somewhere to purchase it on Amazon. Everybody that's registered for this training live will get an email tomorrow with the replay of this and also the free digital copy for those that don't have it yet. Yep. I really encourage everybody to read this book, follow the steps in it, and also I would love if you can, if you go head over to Amazon and give it a review. That would be great as well. But again, everything I'm about to share with you is 15 years experience consolidated into this book, and this is the visual and auditory version of that. For those that are watching live, if you have any questions, post them in the chat. Happy to answer them live. We might have some time for Q&A at the end as well. Again, if you're watching replay on YouTube or in our mastermind, thanks for joining us as well. And we're going to dive in as well. So I'm not sure where you're at right now. So if you're just starting out as a coach, maybe you're a life coach, an NLP coach, and you have certifications, you're great at coaching, but sales and marketing is not your forte, you're still going to get a lot out of this. And if you are watching this live or replay and you haven't watched part one yet, you can head over to my YouTube, Jason Grossman, if you're not already there, and you can find the 20K workshop, which is part one. Start with that, move into part two. Okay. But I think it's good to have all the information. I have my next 5 years business mapped out and planned. Now, I'm not suggesting, Jess, you need a 5-year plan, but you should at least have the next 12 to 18 months mapped out. So even for you, Jess, right now, it takes 3 to 6 months to get to 20K when followed, and then another 6 to 12 months to get to 7 figures. If you have 0 clients, Tyson, right now, and you follow my process and system, 12 to 18 months, you can build to 7 figures from scratch. If you follow the system, if you do the right things and are consistent, right? So we're going to dive straight in. Maybe you're, oh, by the way, maybe you're a fitness coach. I know there's some fitness nutrition guys. Maybe you're working in a gym, you want to pivot online or build online. You're going to get a lot out of this as well. And no matter where you're at, even if you're already doing 7 figures, you're still going to get a lot out of this because I'm going to share with you getting book solid with one-on-one coaching, how to do group coaching properly. Who here wants to do groups and do group coaching? You guys want to do that? Yeah. And a big part of today, which I'm going to spend a bit of time on, is how to launch a mastermind community that actually makes you passive income. Who here would like to make passive income? So I'm going to give you the entire recipe and roadmap to 100K months. At the end, you can figure out where you're at and you know what steps you need to take. Who sometimes feels overwhelmed in your business? Sometimes feel overwhelmed? The only reason we feel overwhelmed is we're trying to do too many things at once or focus on too many things when really there's just one main thing we need to do right now. Whether you're reading my book or you're watching this training or in our full accelerator program where I work with you personally on all this stuff, all you need to do is ask what's the most important thing right now? What's the next step? And it's all outlined in this training. It's all outlined in my book. It's all outlined in our accelerator program, right? If you're stuck under 10K months, this is going to help you work out the bottlenecks and the sticking points as well. But again, it doesn't matter if you're just starting out and you have 0 clients. If you're stuck up under around 10K or even at your 100K months, you're all going to get a lot out of this as well. But we're going to dive in. So if you did miss the first training, the part 1, which is how to build to 20K months, there is really 5 main checkpoints in that. Melissa, how you doing? I'm sick. I'm just hanging out in the background. Yeah. I hope you feel better. Yeah. So in the last training and in my book, I talk about the roadmap to building to 20K months. And if you missed it, here's a quick recap on the 5 checkpoints, the main checkpoints. And if you're in the program, here's a reminder. You only need 5 checkpoints to get to 20K. Number 1 was reverse engineer your business and work out your weekly numbers. Weekly 2 was to refine your sales SOPs. So your avatar, your messaging, and your pitch deck, your offer. Number 3 was to do an official launch. Number 4 is the main focal point, which is your Facebook funnel system that we use with daily content, building a Facebook group, and the monthly event, which is you guys in 20K Accelerator doing now. And then obviously hiring a virtual assistant as soon as possible to help your social media leads and appointments because it keeps you accountable. Jess, Amanda, are you guys finding that with the V8s helping keep you accountable to being consistent? Showing up kind of forces you to, doesn't it? Right. So again, if you missed that training or you want to go back and watch that training, you can go to my YouTube, watch the training on that. It's called the 20K workshop. And again, that's built around the aspects in my book as well. Now, anyone that studied mindset will know that we live in 2 worlds, the inner game and the outer game. We have the inner game of business and the outer game of business. If I was to give you a world-class meal plan or fitness program, does it guarantee your results? It doesn't, right? What's missing? Accountability, mindset, implementation, action. There's a few things missing, right? And so I can give you the 100% proven strategies today, Tyson. But if you don't do the work and you don't follow it and you don't do the inner game stuff, it's not going to matter. So Tony Robbins says, hey, Nico, how you doing? Tony Robbins says that 80% of success is psychology and 20% is mechanics. I'm not sure how accurate the percentage is, but the truth is, if we don't do the right things in the inner game, it's not going to matter what we do in the outer game. You know, I guess it's the law of attraction and the law of action. What's more important, by the way, the law of attraction or the law of action? I believe that's what success is when we align our thoughts, feelings, and our behavior. Congruity and success comes from when our thoughts, feelings, and action or behavior are in alignment. The law of attraction, we can sit there and manifest and dream and scheme and be positive all you want, but does it guarantee success? It doesn't. Who's ever worked harder and harder and harder and harder you work, the more it seemed the goal eluded you. So what's more important? One does not exist without the other. They're equally as important. When I say equally, equality isn't necessarily 50-50. Equality in the home, as Nico knows, if your partner is ill, then you need to take the load extra. So you might do 70, she might do 30 that day. Next week, you're ill, then it swaps. Equality is not 50-50. Equality is about harmony. Why is this important? And because until you align your thoughts, feelings, and actions, it's not going to matter. I talk about this in my book in depth. So the truth is I'm going to give you the roadmap that guarantees 100K months in the next 12 to 18 months. But if you don't do the right things in the inner game, it's not going to matter. Okay. And so I could be thinking positive and certain I'm going to build to 100K months. I could be feeling excited about it and congruently internally. But if I don't do the work, does it guarantee the results? No, of course not. What if I'm doing the work? What if you're following my strategy? You're following the roadmap. You're doing all the work. You're working hard, long and fast. Yeah. And you are thinking positively about it, but you fear doubtful and fearful about it. Are you guaranteed to achieve the goal? Are you guaranteed to achieve 100K months? You're not, because there's not a congruity. What if you're feeling excited, you're doing the work, but you're thinking negatively about it? It's not going to guarantee. So one of the most important things that each of you need to do, there's a couple of things in the inner game. And until you do these things, I'm going to give you everything you need to succeed in this training, in my book, and as we work together over the upcoming months. Okay. As Les Brown says, we're all successful, but only, sorry, we're all self-made, but only the successful will admit it. Who's heard the term self-made millionaire before? Have you guys heard that term before? Yeah. Who's heard the term self-made broke person? Self-made homeless person? No, they're victims. It wasn't because of them, it happened to them. They're living at effect rather than cause. And that's one of the key components to forging a seven-figure mindset. So I'm going to give you the strategy you need. I'm going to give you everything you need to succeed. But until you do the following things, it's not going to matter. And I talk about this in depth. On a side note, you guys don't need 100K a month because it's not really about the money. It's what it means for you. Does that make sense? So why is it so important for you to build $1 million a year business? What would it really mean for you to build $1 million a year business? What do you hate about your life right now, or do you not like about your life right now that would help fix or solve? Would it allow you to spend more time with family? Would it allow you to quit your job and spend more time with the kids? Would it allow you to stop stressing about paying the bills and rent and the mortgage? Would it allow you to start investing? Would it allow you to take your kids to Disneyland? Because until you sit down and work those things out, you're not going to do it because you have everything you need, Tyson. You're all comfortable. And I believe the comfort zone is a danger zone. So we've got to find a way to get uncomfortable. Okay. So before we look at the strategy in the outer game of business that's required to build to 100K months, we need to look at the inner game. Because the truth is, the only thing stopping you from building a 100K a month business is yourself, Jess. The only thing stopping you. As the saying goes, we've got to get out of our own way. So there's a few things that I want to invite all of you to begin to do today to forge a seven-figure mindset. Do you think a coach that's broke versus a coach making 10K months and a coach doing 100K months, do you think they have the same mindset? Do you think they have the same rituals? Do you think they have the same habits? What do you think, guys? I would love to get you interacting. I've kind of dived straight in. I normally pre-frame a bit more, but it's a small number here, so we'll just dive straight in. What do you guys believe, live or replay? If you're watching the replay on YouTube or in the mastermind, feel free to interact as well. What do you guys think some of the difference in mindset, beliefs, and habits are for a seven-figure coach? Just share them in the chat. What are your thoughts? Feel free to copy from my screen, but let's get a bit more specific. What do you guys think? Action, speed to implementation. Okay, cool. What do you guys think? Some of the mindset. What's the difference between the mindset of a seven-figure coach and a broke coach? They value their time much differently. Yeah, I find a lot of broke people in general value time, value money over time. They put money over time, right? But you all know time's more valuable. The purpose of making 100K months is not to make 100K months. It's to free up our time to have the freedom to do what we want when we want. That's the whole idea. And to do it in a way where we don't burn out. We want to be able to build a seven-figure business without burning out and have the freedom to do what we want when we want. Who wants to be able to travel the world and travel more? Would you guys like that? Yep. Nico, the rich will spend money to take back their time. Yep. Tyson, they believe in themselves. Yep. They know how to plan their schedule accordingly. Yep. Or they're good with the time. Notice how there's a lot of temporal frames or frames around time here. Yeah, 100%. So there's five main components that I've found. Number one is values. Values are the things that are most important to us in our life. Now, here's the thing. When we're growing up, we go through this period called the critical period. Our brain moves through five different brainwave levels. During the critical period, some people call the imprinting phase or period, as Carl Jung used to call it, somewhere between 6 and 12 in that age bracket, the brain spends a lot of time in theta. Why is this important? Theta is the most suggestible level. You know, mum, does God exist? Yes. Dad, do aliens exist? No. And we take these beliefs and values and things into our adulthood, attach them to our identity, and we go, that's just who I am. So the brain is a powerful computer that's being conditioned, and we can react to external stimuli through conditioning, or we can take a moment to choose our response between the stimulus and response on how we want to do things consciously rather than compulsively. What does this matter? Because your values, your beliefs, your habits are not a part of your identity, and they can be changed. Okay. So most people make decisions based on the two top values in life. So if I ask Nico, what are your top values in life? I'm guessing his top two are probably religion or God and family. I'm guessing they're probably his top two values, right? So that means as Nico moves through his day, most decisions Nico makes are going to be built around prioritizing God and family. Does that make sense? So let's say that Nico gets really overweight. He's not overweight. He's obviously quite healthy. Let's say Nico puts on 50 kilos. I don't know how many pounds it is. A lot of pounds, 80 pounds, whatever it is. Okay. And then Nico values connection to God first, family second, money third, time fourth, and then health fifth. Is Nico going to be prepared to do what it takes to lose that weight? He's not going to, because he doesn't value it enough. So one of the first things you need to do if you want to forge a seven-figure mindset, you've got to become aware of what are your top five values. So the exercise I get you to do in my book is to make a list of your top five values right now in life in hierarchical dominance order. Number one, family. Number two, health, etc. Now, if money and time freedom or money or financial freedom isn't even in your top three, it doesn't matter what you do because we have a financial thermostat. It doesn't matter how much money you try to make. Who's ever made more and more money just to spend more and more money? More money, more what? More problems, right? So you need to become aware of your values and shift them if needed. Number two is your beliefs. Most of us grew up in obscurity with poor parents, hearing statements like money doesn't grow on trees. If you want to make money, go get a job. All rich people are tyrants. When we attach these scarcity frames and beliefs around money, but the truth is there's trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars flowing through the economy, tangibly and intangibly right now. Fiat money, cryptocurrency, stock market, and more. There's so much abundance in money that we can't even begin to fathom how much money there is. Yet everybody has these limitations. So you've got to become aware of your limiting beliefs and beliefs around money. Yeah. If you ask me, I would say, like, I think we spoke about this just yesterday. I'm very good at making money. I could go make 50 to 100,000 in the next 24 hours if I need to cash. If I needed to, I'd just go find a way, right? Cash, extra, new, because I'm very resourceful. Do you think by having that belief that it's more likely that I'm going to be able to achieve it? 100%. So we've got to become aware of our beliefs and start to reframe limiting beliefs through the power of neurolinguistic programming, through the power of the exercises we use in my book, and more. So my suggestion is to sit down and take some time. What are your values? What are your limiting beliefs that were holding you back? What are the beliefs that if you did have, that if we reframe through a process of neuroplasticity, would guarantee your success? Okay. And number three is your habits. Okay. Are your daily habits right now conducive to a seven-figure coach? What habits does a seven-figure coach, guys, have that you don't yet have? If you think, feel, and act like a seven-figure coach, what's inevitable? You're going to become a seven-figure coach. Now, I would love to, we have a 20K accelerator and 100K accelerator. Man, I would love to launch a 100K week accelerator. How good would that be? I really want to inspire and invite all of you to think larger. You're not here for money, you're here for freedom. You're here to be able to have a larger impact, to help more people, to create a better life for your family, to be able to spend time with them, travel with them, support them, leave generational wealth even. Okay. So until you change your habits, some of your habits are, my goodness. So here's what I would actually invite all of you to do. Sit down, write out what are the values you currently have, what are the limiting beliefs you currently have, what are the habits, right, that you currently have. And then on another list, what are the values in order you think a seven-figure coach would have? What are the beliefs a seven-figure coach would have? What are the habits a seven-figure coach would have? And start to shift. Now, you don't need to be an NLP expert. You don't need to, study cognitive behavioral therapy. You don't need to even have a deep understanding of neuroplasticity or any of those exercises or any of those philosophies or any of those modalities. More often than not, awareness is the first step in conscious change, even at the unconscious level. So it's a great habit. I actually show you exactly how to do this step by step in my book. I encourage you to read the Mental Vitamins chapter in there. Number 4, this is a big one. You're all too sensitive. Business is hard. Building a business, do you know what the hardest thing I've ever had to do is, Jess, in my entire life? Quit a $1,000 a day heroin addiction. That's the hardest thing. You know what the second hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life is? Build a successful online business. It's effing hard, guys. It's incredibly hard. It's stressful. It's overwhelming. Once you've got people rely on you. You have responsibilities. The tax man comes after you. Debt collectors come after you. Sometimes people want to sue you. There's all kinds of, it's stressful. Incredibly stressful. And this is why you need to forge rhinoceros thick skin and not be sensitive reacting to what other people say and do. One of the greatest habits that you can adopt is to, and I want everyone to hear this, is to dissociate emotionally from the response of other people. What do I mean by that? Can you control if somebody says yes to booking an appointment or not? Of course not. Can you control whether someone says yes to becoming a client or not? Of course not. Can you control what other people say and do? Of course not. You can influence them. Imagine if we all walked around letting what other people said and do determine how we feel. That sounds like 99% of the world right now. Let's not get started on Gen Z in America right now. Australia's not much better off. I wonder if we should teach NLP in schools. I know some people have a negative connotation towards NLP, but NLP really empowers us to have a deep understanding of the difference between our subjective views and objective. Subjective truth and objective truth. And I think a lot of people are living in denial and a version of reality that is so subjective they do not recognize that their projection of model of the world is actually not reality. And that's a big part of what's going on. So emotional intelligence is the ability to consciously choose our response and how we interact with people. Okay. So this is going to be one of the hardest things for you guys to do, Jess and Amanda, in the beginning. How much does it suck when you work hard on someone, you spend time with them, they show up, you spend an hour on the call and they say no, or they don't show up, or they stand you up. If you get frustrated and upset and disappointed about people standing you up, not showing up, being late, all that, it makes no difference to me if you show up or not. It makes no difference to me if you sign up or not. It makes no difference. I'm going to keep going. There's lots of people to talk to. Emotional intelligence and the ability to dissociate emotionally from what other people say and do is huge. Imagine if you had 1 million followers online. Imagine how much hate you'd get. Do you know all the viral guys use their haters to fuel virality? That's why they do what they do. They're using strategy to be perceived as a misogynist or be perceived passive aggressive or be perceived polarizing because they know that haters are going to interact and it's going to boost them on the algorithm. They're doing it strategically and everybody bites. They're using clickbait and so many people are sucked into it, right? Yeah. Emotional intelligence. And the fifth and final thing, and some of you really need to adopt this. Who wants to be the richest man or the richest woman in the graveyard? I was a self-made millionaire the first time by 31, but I was spending 100 hours a week behind an office desk, neglected my family, my friends, and my loved ones. I ended up almost 120 kilos, which is 265 to 70 pounds. Fat, overweight, miserable, and I burnt out. I lost my business overnight. I became homeless and I ended up with glandular fever, chronic fatigue, and spent 6 months in bed because I sacrificed my health and my relationships with my family for business and money. I learned the hard way many years ago. I'm 47 this year, right? In order for you to be a seven-figure coach and to be rich, not just in money, you need to understand and have rituals in the 4 health quadrants. We have IQ, which is one form of intelligence, but we have 3 others, don't we? We have mental health, emotional health, physical health, and spiritual health. Spiritual health, if you're Christian, religious, worship, prayer. Physical health, gym, exercise, cardio, weights. Spiritual health, meditation, yoga, yeah. Emotional health, personal development, audios, breath work. Choose one from each quadrant and do it every day. Meditate once a day, prayer once a day, go to the gym once a day, 10 minutes breath work once a day, as an example. Some of you are so unhealthy. And when you're physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually stressed, you cannot deal with the stress. If you don't look after these 4 things, guys, it doesn't matter what you do in your business, you're never going to deal with the amount of pressure and stress you need to build to 7 figures. Keep it, because getting to 7 figures is one thing, Nico. Keeping it is another. Becoming a millionaire is one thing, keeping it is another. Signing up a client's one thing, keeping them is another. My biggest challenge with all of you is keeping you around long enough to get you to 100K. You stick with me long enough, you will build to 100K months. Period. Yeah, it's really that simple. So I really want to put the mirror up to your face and go, hey, if you're overweight, we need to do something about that. If you're tired by 2 p.m. every day, we need to do something about that. If you're so tense, your shoulders are elevated and your nervous system is short and cortisol's high, we need to do something about that. Because if you are stressed, you want to be stressed. But there's 2 types of stress. There's duress stress, there's good stress, and there's bad stress. You want stress and pressure because that's how you grow. When you go to the gym, you pick up a weight. What happens? You get little microscopic tears in the muscle fibers. They grow back thicker and stronger. It gets harder, but you get better. Every level brings a new devil, and it's going to get harder. It will get easier. Well, it will feel easy because you get better. So again, a big part for me is encouraging guys not just to focus on the money, but you guys need to look after your health better. If you're not going to the gym 6 days a week, when's now a good time to join the gym? If you're not eating healthy and fasting, regularly, skip breakfast, right? You want to lose weight, skip breakfast, go to the gym each day. That'll sort you out pretty quickly. Okay. Now, if your fitness is good, are you doing breath work, meditating? Are you doing prayer? Are you doing attitude of gratitude? Are you listening to personal development? Choose one thing, do it this week, add another thing the following week. I'm obsessed with my 4 health quadrants because otherwise I burn out. I'm a workaholic, Nico. I work till I drop. It's got me into a lot of trouble. You guys know that personally. Because I love to work, Nico. I love working 800-hour work weeks. I freaking love it. I love to work more than I love travel or gym. I love travel, gym, work, and making love, right? 4 things. That's 4. But I love to work. I love to serve. I love to build something because it gives me a sense of fulfillment and contribution. Yeah. So again, I'm really going to spend some time on this. But if you're not happy with what you see in the mirror naked, that's probably a good sign that it's time to go to the gym. If you're feeling tired and lethargic, it's a good sign to change your diet. Yeah. If you're dealing with stress and you're always stressed and you're not finishing sentences and you're like high strung, breath work and meditation. Even if you're not religious, yeah, daily prayer. By the way, Nico already know this because he's a preacher, he's the expert here. Prayer is not about asking for stuff. Prayer is about giving thanks. Yeah. How many times? Imagine if you wake up in the beginning, the first thing you do, you sit up. Thank you for another day. Thank you for the shelter. Thank you for my loved ones. Thank you. Just little things, becoming constantly aware of your spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional health as you move throughout the day. I'm telling you now, you'll deal with stress and pressure in your business so much better. I had stuff happen in my business in the last week that would make some people throw up. Elon Musk had stuff happen in his business this week that would make me throw up. It's just a different level, right? I don't want what Elon Musk has. I don't think anybody does, right? Some of you might not want what I have. That's fine. You each have different goals and levels you want to build your business to. That's fine. But you can make 100K a month, be happy, healthy, fulfilled, time with family, not burn out, and choose your hours. You can. You don't have to be a workaholic to do that. Yeah. Cool. So I would suggest meditation, breath work, gym, or fasting daily, like intermittent fasting daily. Pick one of those 4 as a great place to start. In regards to physical exercise, there's different components, obviously different depending on where you're at. Weight training versus cardio versus yoga versus Pilates. Us men in particular, because we're testosterone fueled, we need we need physical exertion 30 to 45 minutes, 6 days a week. We need something physically challenging, be it sprint training, be it weight training. We need that because we're taught anger is bad, but anger is not bad. Men just aren't taught how to channel the anger. That's why in America there's a lot of gun shootings in schools. They're taught that anger is bad and they're not taught how to channel the anger. Anger is not bad. Emotions are not bad. People just haven't been taught how to channel them, right? So I'm spending a lot of time on this because there's some of you in particular that you know that you need to work on your health better more, right? All right, let's get into the good stuff. Now, there's one thing you all need to do right now. Until you do this one thing, you're never going to build 7 figures. Until you do this one thing, you're never going to build 20K months. And that is, and this is my challenge for all of you today. If this is all you do today, then I'm a happy man. And I want to challenge each and every one of you, even though you have doubt, even though you have fear, even though you have uncertainty, even though you're not sure how it looks, I want to challenge every one of you to make an all-in decision today to build your business until you hit 100K months. Whether it takes 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Who would be unhappy if in 3 years you're making $1 million a year? Now, I like speed. We all love speed. But the thing is that the next 1, 2, 3, 5 years is going to go by anyway. I put a plan together to build a $100 million a year company. Will I ever do that? Maybe, maybe not. If I hit 10 million, which actually will probably happen in the next few years, do you think I'm going to be upset? Of course not, because it's not about the money anyway. It's the impact on the journey, right? So the hardest thing and the first thing is to make an all-in decision. People ask me how to quit a $1,000 a day heroin addiction. One word decision. When I decided to no longer stab myself in the arm, when I decided to no longer be poor, when I decided to no longer be homeless. Homelessness in America is huge. It's a big problem in Australia as well now, but it's huge in it. Now, there's veterans and mental health, mental illness, and so forth that lead to that. But at the end of the day, those people might not have chosen to become homeless, but mental illness aside, they sure as heck choose to stay there. We might not choose to become homeless or choose to become poor or choose what happens, but we choose to stay there or not. You're all comfortable, you're all getting by, but the challenge for each of you is today, make an all-in decision. You're not going to live a mediocre life. You're not going to be average. You're not going to just live the life everybody else lives. Mediocrity is not a comparison to anyone else. So when you settle for a life that's anything less than you're capable of living and you deserve. And you all deserve so much more than what you currently have. Not from a materialistic perspective. I don't believe ambition is a desire to accumulate money, material items, and wealth. I believe ambition is a desire to help more people in a much more impactful way. And I want to challenge and inspire all of you to be more ambitious, to build to 100K months with an all-in decision, not for the money, but for the impact and for your family. Does that make sense? Cool. So who here is ready to make an all-in decision? Say aye. Erica, how you doing? Good to see you, Erica. Okay, so now we've touched on the inner game. And again, these are all aspects, snippets from my entire book, okay? Which is from chapter 12 onwards, now the strategy. But in my book, there's several chapters on specific exercises to reframe limiting beliefs, realigning congruent values, and go through that process. Now, let's talk about the outer game of business. Who's heard the saying before, success leaves clues? Who said that before? I love that statement, right? There is a formula to success. There is a formula to 7 figures. There's a formula to achieving any goal. The best way to achieve any goal is to find someone that's done it and go all in on how they do it and follow them 100%. They say jump, you say how high. Yeah. I said something the other day that's an ego statement, but you all got it because you're all paying clients that I said it to. But the truth is that my business makes more in a week than most of yours makes in a year. And again, that's not an ego statement. If I had a coach or a mentor that was making more in his business in a week than mine was in a year, I would be doing every little thing he said. Which platform, which funnel, which ad, what strategy, even if I didn't like it or didn't resonate with me, because we're in our own way, right? That's our ego. So what I'm going to share with you now is not the only way, okay? But it is the fastest way. Now, there's this negative connotation, Nico, around get-rich-quick schemes. You know, when you hear get rich quick, you think, oh, scam. Isn't that interesting? But Nico, do you want to make money fast or slow? Do you guys want to build a 7 figures fast or slow? Slow is painful, fast is fun. I think the problem is that we think if we're doing it If we're doing it fast, we're cutting corners, it's illegal, it's nefarious, and we're not laying a strong foundation, so it's not sustainable. So I look for two things. I look for speed and sustainability, quantity with quality. And we had this conversation yesterday, didn't we? Quantity comes first, quality comes second, even though quality is more important. So here is the seven-figure formula based on 2026, cutting edge, taking into consideration AI, technology, online marketing, authentic sales. This is the seven-figure formula for the fastest way to go from 10K to 100K months. I'm going to share it with you now in the next 45 minutes to an hour. Okay. Now you can choose to do however you want, but this is the formula for success. And it's very simple in this order. Number one, SOPs. If you want to build, who here wants, no, you all love what you do, right? Nico loves what he does. So Jess, Amanda, you might love what you do, and you might not want a business that does completely work without you. Most of us in the coaching space don't necessarily want that. However, who would like a business that could work without you? If it was set up in the right way, you went to Hawaii or went somewhere with the kids for a month and you came back and were making more money than ever. So the goal is to build a seven-figure business that can work without you if needed. And here's how we do it. Step one is we need to have standard operating procedures. There's 6 pillars: sales, marketing, financial, legal, team, and operating systems. There's a whole chapter on the 6 SOPs in this book. In the beginning, it's all about sales and marketing. In fact, the key to 7 figures is really your sales and marketing, right? Okay, so we need SOPs first. So before you do anything, before you worry about automation, before you worry about AI, before you worry about scaling, before you worry about CRMs, before you worry about websites or podcasts or books, you need systems that work. You need a sales system, you need a marketing system, you need appointment setting SOPs in place. Because how can you automate something that you don't know if it works or not? So step one, we put our SOPs together. Step two, once they're in place, we hire a virtual team. So the key for the 7-figure formula is to understand the marketing funnel. Top of the funnel, we have attention. Below that, next part down the funnel, we have leads generated. Then we have appointments booked, appointments showed, new clients or client acquisition. And we actually add retention at the bottom once we've got some momentum. Okay. So the key to growing to 7 figures is to layer in SOPs for attention, leads, appointments, conversions, and then put virtual team in place to run said SOPs. We have team help us get attention and leads on social media manager. We have team help us book appointments, appointment setters. We have team help us convert and sell through closes. We have team like coaches deliver the coaching service, and now I can have a business that works without me. Systems first, then team. Once the team's in place, we add the CRM. We need to have one location, one place, the central hub of our entire organization, the central nervous system, where everything and anything is organized. We use GoHelloable. We're going to touch on that shortly. You can use whatever the heck you want. In our VA agency, we use a platform called Slack with 13 integrations. It's freaking brilliant. It's getting a massive overhaul at the moment. For our VA agents, that works really well. For a coaching consulting company, it's the Mighty Networks platform. But for our overall organization, the best CRM is GoHelloable. We're going to touch on that. You need a CRM. It organizes clients, leads, email, phone, SMS, funnels. It's got everything all in one place. Everybody can access communally, and you can see what's going on in the business. Once the CRM's in place, now we layer in the AI. We layer in, is it voice AI? Is it a closed bot and DM? Is it ManyChat? We then layer in the automations and the AI after that, if that makes sense. Now we've got all that in place. We scale the business with paid ads. Okay. And that's where it gets fun. That's where we can get to 7 figures, 8 figures, 9 figures above and beyond, and that equals success. So this book is really around this formula, and this training over the next 45 minutes, I'm really going to share with you each of these components. Okay. Again, if you have any questions, I just post them in the chat as well. So like I mentioned in the 20K program, we spoke about that the steps for the services that we want to provide is step one is we get book solid with one-on-one coaching. Once we're book solid with one-on-one coaching, we launch group coaching. Yep. Once we've got group coaching launched, we launch a mastermind. So there's three main services that we'll have to build to seven figures: one-on-one coaching, group coaching, and a mastermind community. And so what we're going to do now is I'm going to layer in each of these steps from the formula and also the steps through getting book solid and those numbers. If we have a look at the 20K checklist, from the next slide on, we're assuming we've already got this set up. So for those watching now, we're assuming you've already worked out your numbers, got your sales SOPs in place, done your official launch, set up your Facebook funnel, and you've already hired a virtual assistant. Okay. So this is what you guys in the 20K Accelerator have already done. So Nico, this is what you got set up. Jess, this is what you get set up. Melissa, this is what you get set up. For those that aren't in our 20K Accelerator, if you don't have this set up, not a problem. Again, I go through how to set this up in my book and in the first training. So now we're going to assume, Nico, Melissa, you guys, where you're at, this would be the next step. So right now, the first step is to get you guys to 5 one-on-one clients. Okay, so if you follow the 20K Accelerator, you're going to get 5 clients pretty quickly. Nico, Amanda, Andrew, you've just entered phase 2, which is to get 5 clients very quickly. Once you've got 5 clients, that's where we hire the virtual assistant to help out with the social media management and appointment setting. You guys already have that. Nico and Jesse have 2 VAs. And then once we hit 5 clients, we need to set up your central hub. Now, for those in the coaching program, I'm just going to tell you to set up GoHellover and use GoHellover because 1, we use it, 2, we can help you set up, and 3, it is the greatest all-in-one platform in the world. So again, from this slide on, we're assuming that you've already set up the previous stuff, sales SOPs, you got the VA, you got the Facebook funnel set up, doing the monthly event, that's all set up. So this is perfect for you guys in the 20K Accelerator. Vanessa, Melissa, Jess, this is showing you what is coming next. We're painting a clear picture of what to expect next, right? So right now, you're all focusing on getting 5 clients very quickly, and then we can set up your GoHellover. Who already has GoHellover set up, by the way? For those that aren't aware of GoHellover, GoHellover is the greatest all-in-one platform in the world. So on GoHellover, you can set up your email marketing, phone and SMS system, set up and automate your calendar, funnels, pre-qualifying forms, events. You can create websites in there. You can create your courses in there, which we're doing at the moment. You got voice AI, you've got social media pipeline in there. You can create workflows and so much more. It really is brilliant and the greatest all-in-one platform in the world. And we help you guys set it up. Okay. So here is, once you've got 5 clients, the GoHellover we want to set up. Melissa, this will happen for you pretty quickly. Nico, I think you've already got it set up, but we'll help you refine it. With GoHellover, we can help you optimize it, automate it. All of our virtual assistants are certified, being certified right now in it as well. Here is the GoHellover system, which many of you guys will be ready for in the next month. Step 1 is we set up your GoHellover account. Step 2 is we set up your email marketing and begin daily email through it. We use a platform called SendGrid. It's through Twilio, which is quite affordable for bulk email. Step 3 is we set up your phone and SMS system. Anyone that knows me knows I'm a huge fan of phone calls. Okay. So for those that have GoHellover, this is your checklist on what you want to have set up as soon as you can, with the VAs helping you, right? So once you're generating leads and getting people registered for your events, now you can start ringing and SMSing, and you can set up autoresponders as well. Step 4, this is where the leads come in. So GoHellover is about 2 pipelines. We want to drive as many prospects into GoHellover as possible and automatically funnel them into your calendar to make them clients. Then we have a client pipeline. And within the pipeline, you can track everything. Who's purchased what, who's done what, who showed up to what, all their information, the address, the phone, everything's all in one place. I'm not going to share my screen and show you now, but it's incredibly powerful. And it's like $97 USD a month. Like, it's very affordable as well, right? So here's what we want to do next. For those who have GoHellover, this is what you want to have set up. And we set up, I know Jess, Jess is a GoHellover expert, right? Nico, you got GoHellover set up. These are the next phases for you. Step 4 is what we want to do is we want to set up a pre-qualifying form as a VSL on GoHellover. Now, if this is overwhelmingly confusing, not a problem, that's fine. Don't worry too much. Those have GoHellover, or those in the program, this is what we're going to be doing in the very near future. So we set up your pre-qualifying form where people go and fill in the form, and then it funnels them into your calendar on GoHellover. Now, you can set up an automatic system linking Google Calendar, Zoom, and more to the GoHellover calendar. So when people go to the form, they fill it in, They book in on the calendar and they get plugged into automatic SMS, email, even phone sequence now through Voice AI. I've set up properly. Very, very cool. Especially when you get down to to doing ads. So we set up that's meant to say pre-qualifying, not free qualifying, by the way. A little bit obsessed, yeah. So we want to have that pre-qualifying system set up in your calendar, which we can set up. So there's three types of funnels. That's the first funnel. The second one, and this is huge. Now, Melissa, you asked about this before. This is painting a picture on what you'll set up down the track once you've got 5 clients. Yeah, first things first, 5 clients, so we set up your Go level. Now we set up a monthly event funnel. So in the 20K Accelerator or anyone that follows my philosophy, I recommend a free monthly event like I'm doing now. Okay. And so we can set up a funnel like this. To be honest, it's not a very good funnel, but it does the trick. So we set up a landing page on Go level. This is for the training we're on right now, where you're registered. People come in here and they register. Okay, so we promote it through social media and email and so forth. We collect the name, email, phone, and location. And this is really important for those that have a VA. Who invited you? Because when you're doing your monthly event and you're set up through Go level, if our VAs invite people and they become clients, I give them a $50 bonus. So we track who invited them and we have a bonus that we have in place. Now, when you register for this, okay, now you can see here, see this tick box at the bottom here? This is actually, we have our Voice AI system, Voice AI system set up. So on the thank you page, you can add it to your calendar here, which is cool. Join our inner circle and book a free strategy call. So all of our funnels are two-step appointment setting funnels, the pre-qualifying form, the event funnel, and the free offer. Now this plugs you into an email and SMS sequence. If you're in America, you'll get a Voice AI call within 60 seconds. And the whole idea is to drive people into this, add value, do a monthly event, drive people to your schedule, then obviously get sales calls. Now, the event, you can sell on the monthly event and follow them up. Now, your VA rings all those people and follows them up as well. So that monthly funnel on Go level is incredibly powerful, right? Once the monthly event funnel set up, we want to have 5 free offer funnels set up on Go level: meal plans, fitness plans, kits, cheat sheets, courses, AR agency, AR agents, etc. Because this gives you and your VA the opportunity to offer more free offers and get more leads from social media and drive them to Go level. So we want to be getting 50 to 100 people every week to your Go level. Imagine that, yeah, organically. That's no ads as well. And then the next step is, once that's all set up, we can set up Closebot, which is a DM AI, which is an automatic conversation within the pipeline of Go level, which is very cool. And then Voice AI. We have a Voice AI system, automatic and manual as well. So don't worry too much about the logistics of that or if that's confusing. Just know that once that's set up, it's freaking awesome. The first 4 steps are really what you guys want to have set up now. For you guys, I think, Nico, you have Go level. We want to look at setting up the monthly event funnel. Now, the awesome thing with Go level is that our virtual assistants are going through certification training. They can create the funnels for you. They can create the workflows for you. Our VAs can set a lot of this up for you. We also have tech team to set up as well. Who would like it if I did a free training in the next few weeks where I just showed you in depth how to set all that up? Who would like that? If I did a free training next few weeks just to show you guys how to set it all up. Do you guys like that? Yes, no, maybe? Cool. Well, in a few weeks, I am going to be doing a training. I'm going to be doing a live training to show you how we get 100+ leads a week organically on Go level. That's without ads. So imagine once you start doing some paid ads for your event or so forth as well. Okay. The other awesome thing is next week, who would like us to set up your Go level for free? Your email, your SMS, your phone, your account, your calendar, who would like us to set up for free? So next week, we're giving 5 business owners a free Go level setup, completely free. No hidden costs or hidden fees or anything like that. You get your first 2 weeks free. Actually, it's a 30-day. The first 30 days is free for your account. Then it's $97 per month. We'll set up your email, your phone, your SMS, and your calendar for you, completely free. We're giving away 5. On Monday, you'll see us starting to promote that we're opening applications you can apply. We'll approve 5 next week for those that want that as well. It's going to be really cool. The other awesome thing is, as well as our virtual assistants, they have session 2 today. They're going through a 30-day level 2 certification training in Go level. So all of our virtual assistants are certified in Go level. And what we're teaching them, Jess and Nico and you guys using Go level, is what I just shared with you. We're teaching them this structure. So we're teaching them what you guys in the 20K Accelerator need. Exactly the pre-qualifying form VSL, the monthly funnel, the 5 free offer funnels, and how to set all that up. We're not training them the close bot and voice AI. We will be doing a level 3 at some point. The AI stuff will be laid into level 3. So level one's the basics. Level 2 is basically funnels, email, SMS, automation, which is pretty cool as well. So our virtual assistants can manage. So I have somebody manage my Go level. So the whole idea is, okay, we launch, we get booked solid with one-on-one clients. We're getting our virtual assistant to full time. We're getting our Go level set up. So Nico, Melissa, Jess, you guys in the next month, 2 months, 3 months, somewhere in there, you're going to get to a point where you don't want any more one-on-one clients, which is a goal right now, right? At that point, when you get to a point somewhere 10, 15 clients, you're going to be like, I don't want any more one-on-one clients. Let's launch group coaching. Let's talk about how to do that, right? Quick question though. How many one-on-one clients can each of you handle? Just post in the chat. How many one-on-one clients can you handle? How many are you aiming for? For most people, it's probably 10 to 20, somewhere in there. Just post in the chat. 20 to 25? Yeah. Also, along that journey, it might happen early. You might get to 15 and go, oh, it's starting to negatively impact the quality of service I can provide. 20 to 25 is a lot. Yeah. It's a good number though. I at one point had 48. That was too many. For me, I could manage 33, but I always found I could do more than probably what a lot of people could, was my time management and the amount I worked. Yeah, 20 to 25. That's a good number. Aiming for 20 is good. Yep. So once you get to that point, you want to launch group coaching. Okay. Who here would like to be able to launch group coaching this year and have it up and running before Christmas? Would you like that? Yeah. So what you want to do, I've got 3 slides for group coaching. I want to talk about this more in depth. We touched on it briefly in the last training in part 1, but we're going to go a little bit deeper now. So my goal is to get all of you launching your groups by the end of the year. Who's ever tried launching group coaching and failed, or launched group and struggled, or launched group and didn't get many numbers? Has anyone done that before? Yeah, it's hard. It's difficult. The truth is that group coaching is sexier than one-on-one coaching. Like I remember when I was a personal trainer, I'd charge $50 for half hour, so it's $100 an hour. But when I did boot camp, I charged $40 for an hour, and we get 20 people in there. We'd make $800 an hour. $800 an hour, right? But to get $800 an hour, I had to get 20 people. Whereas to get $100 an hour, I only needed one client because I do 2 sessions per week. So is it easy to get one client or 20 clients, right? Does that make sense? $800 per week for one boot camp for 20 people. To make $800 a week, I only needed 8 clients for one-on-one. So getting 8 clients is easy than getting 20 clients, so it's actually faster. So we focus all our energy on launching one-on-one, get book solid one-on-one, then we launch group and we cap it. Okay. So my suggestion is you launch group coaching, and I'm going to give you a timeline and I'm going to give you a system. The reason why most people struggle with group coaching is they don't know how to do it properly. They don't know how to launch it. They don't know how to create a system for it. They don't know how to start or when to launch it, right? Ad groups for business coaching loved it. Yeah. So here's the thing about group coaching. There's 2 main ways to do group coaching. You have a cohort. Some people in the spiritual world call it a container. Everybody starts and finishes at the same time. You might do a 12-week program. And then you have an evergreen. An evergreen, people can come and go at any stage. Logistically, it's much more challenging. Cohorts are much more forgiving because even if you get a small group, it finishes in 12 weeks and you can go again, right? So in regards to group coaching, my suggestion is what we're doing is we're getting you book solid with one-on-one clients first, Nico. So my suggestion is you launch your one-on-one coaching program. We went through this in depth in the last call. And what you do is you launch a 90-day or a minimum 3-month one-on-one program. One-on-one business coaching, life coaching, NLP coaching, fitness coaching, healing therapy, whatever it is. Okay. When you get book solid with one-on-one and you don't want any more clients, you cap it and you launch a 12-week version of your one-on-one program. So your one-on-one business coaching program is now a group. Your one-on-one fitness and nutrition becomes a group. Now, as I say that, in your mind, you might be thinking of limitations and restrictions and what might make it difficult. Because if I'm doing meal plans in one-on-one coaching and now I've got to do meal plans for a group of people, that makes it more challenging. So you've got to take into consideration those logistics. But it is possible. It's possible for you to do healing. It's possible for you to do fitness, weight loss, business, NLP. You can do anything in a group format coaching-wise. We're not talking about therapy. We're talking about coaching, right? So your one-on-one coaching program, which is 30 minutes once a week to 45 minutes for 12 weeks, we launch a group format. So here's what we do when we're ready, and I'm going to give you a bit of a timeline and just really paint a clear picture on how it works and how you're going to roll it out. So you want to not just have one group, you want to have multiple groups. And you don't just want the cohort because there's not consistent income. We need a continuation program. Let me explain. So when you get book solid, so Nico's going to get to say 20 clients, and he's going to be like, okay, I don't want any more one-on-one clients. Let's start selling group coaching. So the very first thing Nico will do is he will update his pitch deck, okay, and refine his sales SOPs accordingly. So his script, his avatar won't change in his pitch deck. So on your pitch deck, you have in the payment option for one-on-one coaching, it's $299 upfront per week. $299 per week or $2,997 for 3 months, right? So what we do is when you're ready to launch group coaching, is you launch group coaching the same price as one-on-one and you double the price of one-on-one or you increase it. So for example, if you're charging $199 per week for coaching, one-on-one coaching, or $19.97 for 3 months, you'll make it $399 and $3,997, and you'll introduce group coaching at the same price. You'll keep all your current clients on that price, but you don't want new one-on-one clients, so that's fine. And now in your pitch deck, you have group and one-on-one. So you can start selling group at any stage. Now we want to spend 6 to 8 weeks marketing. I recommend 8 weeks. In my portals, in my book, I give you an exact 8-week marketing plan. I have 3 phases, okay? So if we have 6 to 8 weeks to market it, what happens is group coaching, when you add it to your pitch deck, becomes your core offer. So right now, if you're not book solid one-on-one clients, you shouldn't be selling group or anything. In my mind, I think you should focus all your energy on getting one-on-one clients, 5, 10, 15, 20. And then when you launch group, you start selling group in all of your sales calls. So when Nico goes, if Nico might get 15 clients go, I don't want any more, that day he'll update his pitch deck and add the group coaching in there, in the sell group coaching. Now you'll start selling it now for 6 weeks' time, and now you're selling in all of your sales calls every day for the next 6 weeks. Plus you're going to do a launch and a launch event and all that as well. The goal is at least 12 people in your first cohort. So if you spend 6 to 8 weeks marketing, you'll do that. So the third is we launch cohort 1 once you've got at least 10 one-on-one clients. So I would actually recommend, even for Nico, if you want 20 clients, somewhere between 10 and 15, is you start selling group anyway or offering it. But my suggestion to you guys is in the program is the day you go, I don't want any more one-on-one clients, it's starting to impact my ability to serve them, add it to your pitch deck and start selling. You can also recommend as well. So often I'll get on a call, Nico, and go, hey, I believe you need to invest in the group, or I believe you need to invest in the one-on-one, because now you've got 2 options that you're selling in your pitch deck as well, if that makes sense for you guys in the program. So what we do is step 3 is we launch the cohort. Okay, once one-on-one is at about 10 one-on-one clients or more, right? Now here is why our group coaching system is the best in the world, and we always get book solid. What is the problem with a 12-week program of any kind, including a cohort? What happens at the end of 12 weeks, guys? People stop paying or they stop. We need to have a continuation program to keep serving them, keep helping them, and for them to keep paying the business. Okay, so here's what I recommend to create consistent income. When we talk about 20K months or 100K months, we're talking about every month. Okay, I saw somebody post this morning, how many clients do you need for 20K months? The guy said 2. That's not true. That's not true at all. If he signs 2 clients up and they're 10 grand, he'll make 20 grand this month. What about next month? And he hasn't done the work to earn that money yet either. So people just don't understand the math behind it, right? Who wants consistent 100K months, consistent 20K months? Of course, right? So what we do is we always have 2 groups or 2 cohorts running at the same time ongoing to create consistent income. So what we do is we launch the first cohort. So once we're book solid with one-on-one, we add it to the pitch deck. We spend 6 to 8 weeks until we're book solid with the 10 to 15 in the group. We launch the group, the first group, container, the cohort. 6 weeks in, we launch the next one. So you spend 6 weeks selling the first cohort, that one launches, and then you've got another 6 weeks to promote and sell the second cohort. And they always run back to back. You've always got two cohorts always running simultaneously back to back. We used to have three. It was awesome because we had different programs as well. At one point, I had a fitness coaching, life coaching, and business coaching business before I launched the VA agency in 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 5 years ago. I shut down my life coaching business. I had a life coaching business for 17 years and a fitness coaching business for 21 years. I shut those two down when I launched the VA agency because big job, and we evolved into a full agency. Why I changed from the Quantum brand, because we use Quantum Leap technologies in all our coaching programs, right? This strategy ensures you're always book solid, you make consistent income, and they're always ongoing. Okay. Now, this is the really cool part where it gets very exciting. All the people that drop out of one-on-one or finish the cohort continue in your evergreen group coaching program. So what happens is when the first cohort finishes after 12 weeks, week 13, you'll have a weekly group call for evergreen, and that's half the price of your cohort. So it might be $399 a week for your one-on-one, $199 a week for your cohort, and $99 a week for your evergreen. Now, the evergreen can have an infinite amount of people, or you might cap it at 100 people. So once this is in full swing, let's take a look at it. Does that make sense? It's a group coaching system, guys, that guarantees consistent income. So let's look at the price structure of it and just really put it into perspective. So as an example, this is the minimums I recommend. I don't recommend going less than this. So once this is in full swing, we always have a weekly payment option and an upfront option for 90 days, right? So let's say who's 199 per week right now in the 20K accelerator? Who's charging 199 per week? Hey, Vanessa, how you doing? Vanessa's charging 199 per week. So right now, Vanessa's charging 199 per week or 1997 up front for her one-on-one program. When Vanessa gets, I think it's 10 clients, she will increase the one-on-one price, double it because she doesn't want more clients, and introduce group coaching at the same price. Okay. Once the two cohorts are in full swing and she launches Evergreen, I don't have upfront for Evergreen. We'll just have it at 99 per week. Everybody that finishes one-on-one coaching or finishes group coaching gets funneled into this ongoing weekly call. So let's say you have 10 one-on-one clients and two groups in Evergreen. You're doing 10 30-minute sessions a week, so 5 hours, and 3 one-hour calls. You're doing 8 hours of actual coaching per week in this full model. Does that make sense? Who thinks that's a great idea? What a great system. It is a brilliant system, guys, because it creates consistent income. It keeps people ongoing. There's a continuation program. Now, notice, Nico, you'll notice this, Andrew as well. See the congruity in the prices here financially? It just logically and psychologically makes sense. Now, I'm not suggesting everyone charges this. This is what I'm recommending is the minimums. You can charge whatever you want. Charge 100K. I don't mind. This is my recommendation. Like this is the minimums that I would recommend. Okay. You might do a foundation offer as well. Do you know what I mean? $299, Jess is doing $299 a week or $299.7. So you might go $499 and then $299 or something like that. So as long as the numbers make sense logically, these are the minimums. So any questions on that? Does that help, guys, with group coaching? So let's really paint a very clear picture in this because I want to get all of you excited. Melissa, you do great group coaching. All of you do great group coaching. My goal is to get you all launching group coaching as soon as humanly possible. So for you guys in the 20K Accelerator program, I want to have this full system in place before Christmas. Imagine having that full system in place by Christmas. Yeah. So the 20K Accelerator, I'm going to help you guys do that, right? So here's what's going to happen in the future. If you stick around and hang around me long enough, you are going to get book solid with one-on-one clients. Some of you will do it in the next 4 weeks. Some of you will take 4 months. Everybody's going to do it at different speeds. It's irrelevant how long it takes you because you're just going to follow the system until you get there, right? Now, fast is fun and faster is better, but that's what we're going to do. So at some point in the next few months, you're all going to get to a point, Jess, you're going to be like, I don't want more one-on-one clients. Great. That very same day, you're going to update your pitch deck and put the group coaching in, Nico. Okay. So when that happens, week 1, we start marketing group coaching. And I'm going to encourage, do not spend less than 6 weeks marketing because we want to guarantee we get at least 12 people in that group. Okay, so let's say we get 10 one-on-one clients just to keep it nice around. Let's say Nico gets 10 clients. You know what, Jace? 10 is enough, man. That's cool. Okay, he's charging 199 a week. That's 2 grand a week, 8,000 a month. Okay. So week one, he starts marketing group coaching for the first cohort to launch in 6 weeks. He's got 12 clients ready to go. He only needs to sign 2 clients a week, and it's his core offer. Shouldn't be too difficult. There's another 2,400 a week for Nico. 6 weeks later, we launched the second cohort with 12 clients in it. We spent 6 weeks making sure we get the 12 clients. There's another 2,400 a week. Now, some of you looking at this will be going, Jace, I don't even have a single client yet. I get it. I'm giving you the picture, the vision, and the recipe to get you excited about getting to that point as quickly as possible. Because if you all stick around within 3 to 6 months, all of you that work with me closely will sign at least 2 clients every week. It's impossible not to if you follow the system. Yeah. And so we launched the second cohort. Then what we do is the Evergreen group launches the week after the first cohort finishes. So that's week 19, if that makes sense. So we want to have at least 20 people in the Evergreen group. There's another $2,000 per week. So if you did this by Christmas, guys, yeah, that's a 35,000 a month. 35,000 a month. And all you need to do is sign 2 clients every week. Not even 2 clients every week for the, you've got about a 3 month window. If you sign 1 client a week each week for the next 10 weeks to get your 10 clients, and then you launch the group program, you'd still be on track for 35,000 by Christmas. Does that make sense? Can you see the system now? Can you see the whole system of the group coaching and why most people fail or struggle or don't do it properly? Most people don't know what they're doing with group coaching. I ran group coaching for 8, 9 years like this. I only changed the group coaching, the way we did group coaching last year when we launched Sturge Institute, because we built a bigger agency, right? Anyone have any questions on group coaching? What do you guys like most about that system, guys? Nico? Nico, imagine you get this in place and then you launch your trainings. You've got this system in place and you got the trainings, right? What does everybody like most about that system? Everyone's very quiet. What's happening? Amanda, Nasira, Nico, Erica, Jess, Melissa, Tyson, Vanessa. The consistency, the structure and pacing. It feels easy. Yeah. For all of you guys on this call right now, this is perfect for you guys. And again, this is what I help you set up in the 20K Accelerator. Who would like me to help you personally set this up? Yeah, let's hurry up and get you to one-on-one, get your book solid one-on-one clients, and we'll get this in place very quickly. Logical steps. Yeah, for sure. How do you do it? Well, that's where my book comes in. That's where my program comes in. That's where I come in. Yeah. So let's talk about one of the most important aspects of building to 7 figures. Because of AI, you don't need a big team. You can have a pretty lean team. There's 3 people you need to build to 7 figures. I'm going to recommend 4. You can see on the screen there's 5 people. There's a 5th person, which is optional. For me personally, to build to 7 figures, I'd want to have all 5 of these in place. Now, sometimes you can have a person do more than one of these roles, okay? But here is my recommendation and suggestion. Building up to your first 5 clients, you want a part-time virtual assistant helping you with social media and appointment setting. Okay. You want to get that person to a full-time as quickly as possible. So the best thing you can all do right now is to get your VA full-time. Vanessa, you have a full-time VA doing social media appointment setting. You're going to get your 10 or 15 appointments every week. The best thing you can all do is very quickly, right? So once you've got 5 to 10 clients, you can justify putting your VA to full-time. Okay. When you launch Go Hullable, okay, we want to bring on board a second person. There's a typo in there. We want to hire a Go Level manager and phone setter around that 10 client mark as well. So what you all want as quickly as possible is you want somebody taking care of social media, booking appointments through DM, booking appointments through Go Level, making calls. That's what you want very quickly. Now you can have one person full time doing all of that. So that's probably what you're going to have in place in this program. Nico and Jess, you could do that now. Nico and Jess, those first 2 steps. Somebody helping you with your content omnipresence, DM setting, managing Go Level, and making phone calls from Go Level for your leads. That's the best thing you can do right now. Once you guys get in the swing of things, you are going to get 10 or 15 sales calls per week. when you do, you want to hire a closer. One of the best thing you can do is get a setter and closer as quickly as humanly possible in your business because that's what's going to grow your business. Imagine waking up to new clients. Like you've got somebody getting your attention, somebody getting your lead, somebody booking your appointments, somebody selling the appointments. That's when you have a real business. Jess and Nick, Jess, you want to be like, you guys want this as soon as possible. That's why I'm launching the Sales Academy in a few months, right? So somewhere around that point. Step four, when you launch group coaching, you want to have somebody that's positioned as a client success manager. So you guys, all of you know Noemi. Essentially what Noemi does, she takes care of my calendar. She's an executive assistant. She does the emails, and she takes care of your accounts. So once you've got a lot of clients, like we have a lot of clients. We have clients in over 20 countries. There's people that want to change bank details and card details and pause and cancel, and there's onboarding and interviews. And so we want somebody that takes care of clients, client accounts, troubleshooting, and so forth. Great news for you guys in the 20K Accelerator. Regine, Monday week is starting. You guys are going to have a full-time client success manager just for you guys in the program. So she's going to be following up your tracking sheets, helping you stuff you can't find. So additional to Noemi, you're going to have somebody, we're going to have a 20K set. I'm going to have a client success manager just for the one program. Her name's Regine. She manages our mastermind. She's freaking awesome. She's a gun. So she's going to be there like, oh, send this through. Where's this? Do this. And she's going to be there to help you all day, every day, which is pretty cool. And the fifth and final, and I encourage, and Jess, you need this to have a business that truly works without you. This is especially for Jess, Nico as well. You need people that can do the fulfillment. You need NLP coaches to help out or support. So the awesome thing about the model you're going to have, Nico, is you can choose your best students to come back and to help facilitate, to help coach, and even hire them as coaches. Jess, you're going to need people for back end for fulfillment to do the tech stuff and go hello. So you need to hire somebody for the fulfillment, which is a coach, a tech person, a facilitator, a trainer, and they can also take care of the groups. So imagine you're not well, Nico, and you can't make the group program. You've got a coach or someone else to do that, right? So ultimately, that's what you want to have. Like these are the steps. Like move through these steps. Again, I always share things with you in a step-by-step, pragmatic way. Right now, for most of you, you're at step one. That's fine. You get 5 clients. So you get to 5 clients, you get your VA full time. They're helping out with social media, DM setting, and GoHelloval and phone setting. You keep growing. You will separate those into 2 people down the track, and then you'd hire a closer, right? The good thing about hiring a closer is it's quite affordable. Most of it is based on commission. I'm thinking through what it looks like as far as active coaching on Winkler. How many hours of direct coaching? What do you mean, Nico? How many hours of direct coaching? What do you mean, how many hours of direct coaching? Sorry, brother. I'm just trying to understand Nico's questions. With the previous slide, 2 groups plus one-on-one. Oh yeah, well, so you've got 2 cohorts, so there's 2 calls a week and 1 evergreen. So there's 3 one-hour group calls each week. If you have 10 clients at 30 minutes, that's 5 hours. So it's 8 hours of coaching contact time. If you have 20 clients, that's 10 hours. That'll be 13. If you did 20 clients, 30 minutes per week, Nico. Okay, that's 10 hours of one-on-one and 3 hours of group. That's 13 hours coaching contact time. Yeah. At that point, though, I'm going to recommend Nico and Jess, especially for you two, you're going to want to have a coach or people for fulfillment. You're going to want that. In NLP, the awesome thing about that model as well is you can pick and choose your own students to help facilitate, train in trainings, but also become coaches, right? You get the pick of the crop, right? Yeah. So this whole system is created in a very leveraged, scalable way that frees up your time. Does that make sense? You can't do that without these people. You don't need a big team, guys. You do need you're going to want at least 3 people. You're going to help someone with social media, someone for appointment setting, and someone setter, closer, and social media manager at the very least. To be honest, number 4 and 5, you have those in place. It just creates complete freedom in your business because you can go away and do those things as well. Yeah. Cool. So I think all of you have a virtual assistant. Some of you have 2. So we have an amazing team of very affordable, highly trained virtual assistants, certified in AI and GoHelloval. Now we're doing the GoHelloval certification right now. That's going to run for 4 weeks. We've got another 40 to 50 VAs coming on board. And then we're going to take them through a ChatGPT and Claude certification. Excuse me. which is going to be awesome. If you don't have a virtual assistant yet, you want to be hiring. The first thing that you want to, if I lost everything right now, the very first thing I would do today is I'd hire a virtual assistant to help me with my social media and book appointments immediately. I wouldn't even wait for clients, because that's going to keep me accountable to doing what I need to consistently. Because in the beginning of the laying the foundation of the business is doing daily consistent tasking that is boring, monotonous, or not exciting. We all want to do what we want to do, but that's not how you build a successful business, especially in the beginning. Creating momentum is hard, right? So you can head over to our website, thesearchinstitute.com. You can see all of our prices on their packages. It's $13 Aussie per hour. We have wholesale packages as well. But they're incredible. Now, people think of virtual assistants as people that just do your menial tasks. No, they're highly trained in growth producing activities. They're trained in all the elements in my book and my programs, lead generation, appointment setting, and they're certified in AI and Go Hello. They really are incredibly highly trained and very high caliber, especially for the price that you're paying. Yeah. So the next step, so let's say we've got group coaching going. Okay. Once we've got group coaching, so for some of you, this could be a year away, and that's okay. It's good to have the steps there. I'm sharing the whole recipe with you. For some of you, you might not even need this. Jesse might not even want to need this. I'm a huge fan of this for a reason, especially for coaches. Like if you're a business or if you're a life coach, if you're an NLP coach, if you're a fitness and nutrition coach, I do believe this is important. And I've been using it since 2017, 2018. We have an online portal or a digital course. So what we want to do is we want to take your coaching program and turn it into a digital format. Okay. And so if you've got a 12-week business coaching program, we want to turn that into a 12-week digital course. Okay. And there's a few reasons why. First of all, is you can now add it to your pitch deck as a drop sell. So when I'm on a sales call, I can be like, hey, we've got one-on-one coaching, which is $3.99 a week, group coaching, which is $199 a week, or hey, you can buy this one-time course for $200 or whatever it is, $197, right? The truth is in 2026, selling information is dead. And when I say selling information is dead, I mean gone are the days where you sell books, info products, courses to make a lot of money. Unless you're writing Harry Potter or you're Tony Robbins, it's not going to happen, right? Even Tony Robbins doesn't do it anymore. But we want to have a digital course format for a few reasons. Number one, we can sell it on the pitch deck and drop sell it to people and still help them. Number two, this is what this is the way that the big guys make money from courses. They use courses for one of three things. Number one is when you do paid ads, which we talk about in the next slide. When you begin paid ads, which you're all going to do at some point down the track, right? In 10, 20,000 a month, because until you're buying leads, you're never going to build a big business and have freedom. Organic marketing takes a lot of time and it's hard. You guys are doing content, and so this content and social media and organic marketing is a lot of time. And it's like once you get the ads going, it just really automates it so much more and takes up a lot less time. And you can spend a lot less time on Facebook and content and socials if you want to. But when you start doing ads, you don't want to use your profits from your coaching or your income from your coaching to fill the ads. So we need to have a digital product to sell on the back end of the funnel. So for example, you see an ad, you can get I'm launching my new book funnel. It's going to be live in 2 weeks. So you can get the digital copy for free. It takes you to a thank you page. You sell a mastermind, there's a bump to buy the digital course for $97, right? So you can sell it on the back end and use that to fuel your ad spend. So number one, that's what the big guys are using. They're using it to create break even or profitable funnels where they don't have to use their own money to pay for leads. Number two is they don't sell the digital courses directly anymore. They put the courses within their mastermind, the subscription model, and you buy a subscription, you get access to the course now. And then number three, one of my favorites, is you use it to add value to clients. So when you join my program, you get the digital version of the program. You guys are going to get the new 20K Accelerator course. It has 62 modules. The 20K Accelerator, all this stuff, there's a digital format. So when you become a client with us, you don't just get the coaching, you don't just get the mastermind, you get the digital format with all the tools, resources, videos. And it's being integrated into Go Level with gamification, ranks and badges you can unlock. We've got an AI agent in it. So when you get to pitch deck, you can use my AI agent to create the pitch deck, create the avatar and all that. it's been a pretty big job. So you don't want to waste too much time on this now. Once you get down the track to that point, your group coaching is in full swing. Definitely want to have a digital form. Like for you, Nico, 100%. For you, Amanda, 100%. Right? Down the track. No rush. Because you don't want to spend a lot of time in it right now. So I didn't have a portal or digital format of my business coaching program for 8 or 9 years. And we did fine. You don't need this, but down the track, you definitely, once the group system's in place and in full swing, you definitely want to have a digital course in place. We can help you do it. And on Go Level is awesome for automation and follow-up for the courses as well. Okay. The other cool thing is you can add it to your welcome letter and kit, right? So all of you guys that become clients, we send you something as a special gift in the mail. And we also send you a digital welcome kit with access to a portal. So it's not just the coaching or access to me or the mastermind or the network. You've got all the tools and resources in there, right? Okay. So my suggestion is when you get to the point where your group coaching system's in full swing, from none of you are going to have that in place for at least 6 months. It's something to think about and add. So again, all of you that are in the program, Vanessa, Nico, Jess, I would be mapping out the next few years to 100K months. Map it out, plan for it, work it out. Everything in my book, everything in this training, everything that we're doing, map out and plan the mastermind, map out and plan the course, map out and plan the group coaching. I don't focus too much on time frames. I focus on checkpoints. Once I do X, then I can do Y. When I do Y, then I can do Z. The sooner I do X, the sooner I can do Y. That just worked well like that way. But I would actually map out and plan this stuff and start visualizing and manifesting and creating this stuff now, because it makes the next steps more exciting as well. Right? Any questions on the digital course? No questions there? All good? Now let's talk about the most fun part, which is scaling with paid meta ads. I recommend that you start with Facebook ads or meta ads, and then from there look at Google and the other platforms. Especially the way that we do things, it just makes sense anyway because we're already doing organic marketing on Facebook. Now, due to Andromeda, which is the system embedded into paid ads have actually gotten some way easier. There were some restrictions because of the iOS system and stuff through Apple and what was going on, but paid ads right now, you can get the the price of video ads is so cheap right now on Facebook when done properly. You're literally paying 0.01% for views. Like it's just because of the Andromeda system. Um, and because of Andromeda, you don't have to really nail your target audience anymore. It does a lot of itself. We normally set up two split testing audiences, one which is targeted, one which is just purely manual, where Facebook go and work it out for you. And it's very, very good, right? So at what point do we want to start paid meta ads? It's going to be different for each person, but I recommend once you start the group coaching, some of you will be sooner than others. Like, for example, Jess, with your model, you're probably going to do it sooner than a fitness coach like Amanda. Nico, for you, I'd probably recommend it somewhere in between. Normally around the 8 to 10,000 a month mark, I recommend ads, or once you've got group coaching going, because then it frees up your time. You don't have to spend as much time on organic, and you can automate through paid ads. Okay. Now, the awesome thing is, again, Milan, who takes care of my ads and his team, we can take care of your ads and do your ads for you for a couple $100 per week. And ads don't cost a lot of money. 10 or 20 bucks a day is all you need to start split testing and getting it going. So at such point in the next 6 to 9 months, most of you are going to want or be ready for paid ads. At one point, I used to say you don't need ads at all to build to 7 figures. And then it became 50K, then it became 20K. Now I'm like, as soon as you can justify doing ads, do it as quickly as possible. I find financially, if you bring on board a VA, 5 to 10 clients, getting full time, getting Go Level set up, once you've got your first or second group running, you've normally got more than enough revenue to start testing ads. The sooner you can start 10 or 20 bucks a day, the sooner you can start testing, the sooner you're going to figure it out. But I found with ads, paid ads is very similar to organic now. Once you work out what works organic, it's easy to work out what works paid, right? So here's just a brief outline on when you are ready to start. First of all, reach out to me. We can jump on a call. We can help you set up. I overlook everything. We have a client success manager. You can get a paid ads expert. We even give you a VA to help out manage, track, and split test the ads and everything. It's pretty cool. Okay. The truth is, you're going to struggle to scale and build a bigger business until you're buying leads. What sets the big guys apart from everyone else? They buy leads. It's really that simple. So when you are ready to do ads, happy to have a chat to you guys, jump on a call, map out a plan and work it all out because you want to create a campaign or campaigns. And so the way we start is first of all, is optimize your Facebook fan page. Okay. So right now, most of your focus is on organic. A fan page is dead for organic. The best way to build your Facebook is with a public community group organically, which is the funnel system you guys in the program are using. But once we start ads, we need to optimize your page. So we need to set up the pixel. We need to connect a ManyChat, the ManyChat bot, which also has an AI, which automates DM system in there, and just really set it up and also set up the pixel and optimize your go level for ads. We can take care of all that for you. Once that's optimized on Facebook ads, there's something called top, middle, and bottom of funnel. Some of you have heard of it, some of you haven't. But as you know, we have cold, warm, and hot market. And so what we need to do is we need to create an ascension. We need to create an ascension for introducing yourself and breaking the ice to cold market. So the first things first is we need an advert that is specifically for cold market. Because if you're not marketing to cold market, you can't bring in new people, right? So we have a top of the funnel advert, which is a quantitative ad, and we use the most popular free offer. So at this point, you've got your free offer set up on GoLevel. Okay, whichever one is the most popular organically, that's the one we use for paid ads. So again, I'm going to be using I'm launching this funnel. It's being worked on right now. We've got the digital course, the mastermind, the audio version, the digital copy. We upsell the hard copy. It's cost me a small fortune, taking a big job. So you can get the digital copy for free, takes you to a thank you page. You can pay $47 a month to join our mastermind, tick what's called a bump to get the digital course, and then it plugs into the strategy call to upsell the 20K accelerator. So we've got this whole big system, ecosystem to sell the, you can see you guys in 20K accelerator, why I keep talking about how there's going to be 30, 50, 100 people in the program in the next few months, because that's our top of the funnel offer for our entire agency. And if you look at my ecosystem, people come through and they need GoLevel, we got you. You need a closer, we got you. You need a VA, we got you. You need ads, we got you. You need a website, we got you. You need a mastermind, we got you. And I've spent years creating that ecosystem. I don't recommend you guys do that. Most of you don't want that. I've just made a decision to build something big like that because I want to create an affiliate system for you guys. But to keep it simple, all you need is you take your most popular free offer. Nico, we'd be looking at 300, 500 a month in ad spend plus 800 a month for the ads manager. Let me do some quick maths. We'd be looking at 300 to 500 a month in ad spend, 70, 140, 200. But your first month would probably be, yeah, $300 ad spend for your first month. It is for us to manage your ads and give you everything. We give you a VA client success. It's $299 a week for us to do your ads. Yeah, and then your ad spend. So yeah, hope that helps. You won't find somebody that does ads as good as we do for that price. Other people better with ads, 100%. But they're also, I went shopping. Jess, you'd know this. I went shopping for ads, guys, because I had a lot of challenges finding someone to come up with ads that was good. And the guys are charging 2,000 to 3,000 USD a month before ad spend with no guarantees. It's like, it's crazy. So yeah, we can do your ad, we can manage your ads for you for 299 per week. We have upfront. You could, by the way, if you ever want to see our prices or how things work, if you go to our website, everything's on our website. Our website design, our funnel design, our GoLevel, our VAs, everything's on there. Our ads stuff's on there. It's all on there. Be able to check it out. Yeah. But yeah, you guys definitely want to do ads as quickly as possible. The awesome thing about the ads is I overlook them. Like I look at your ads, right? I help with them. So, but anyway, so back to the paid ads. So what you want to do is you want to take your most popular free offer funnel, Jess, Nico, Melissa, that will be on your GoLevel. And we set that up as top of the funnel advert, and we bring in leads, funnel people to GoLevel, start $20 a day, right? Once that's in place and that's tested, okay, we recommend using probably 70, 80% video and then 20 or 30% text. The image static ads work better for leads, but what you want to do is you want to build a retargeting audience because it's the middle of the funnel, the people you retarget where you get cheaper leads. So top of the funnel, you're probably going to pay $5, $6 a lead. If you set up in the right middle of the funnel, you're going to get $1, $2 leads or less. Now, if I'm losing you, if this is confusing, don't worry too much. It's good. It means you're learning. And it's good stuff to know down the track because if you really want to build $1 million a year business, do you need this? Maybe, maybe not. Will it speed it up? Hell yeah, it'll speed it up, right? And everything I'm sharing with you is what I personally do, have done, am doing, or about to do. That makes sense, right? So the middle of the funnel is what we do is we take your monthly free event, Nico, and that's your middle of the funnel advert. So all the people that download your most popular free offer that's been tested organically, we're retargeting those people to drive them to your monthly event. So you've got, 50 Nico's got an event tomorrow for 37 people for his webinar, organic. Once you've got the advert for your, one of my clients, Charisse last year was getting 500 or 600 people registered to a monthly event from this process. Working very, very well. She's in the 100K Accelerator program. Yeah. So middle of the funnel ad is a monthly free event. That's your warm market. Once that's tested and once that's working, we can increase or look at the budget of that. Then you introduce the third and bottom of the funnel advert, which is a direct ad to book into strategy call or discovery call or whatever you call it. So it's a funnel system. So you set up top of the top ad first, split test, find out what works. Once that's working, then you introduce the next, then you introduce the next, right? Now you've already got the top of the funnel set up because of your free offers on Go Level. You got middle of the funnel set up already on Go Level because it's your monthly event. And you got the bottom of the funnel because your VSL to your pre-qualifying form. So these are already set up on Go Level at this point when you get there. 37 is great. I have 22 for this month. Yeah, nice. Yeah, awesome. And so now we want to layer in value videos. I'm not going to get too in depth, but what a lot of the big guys do is they layer in 3 or 4 value videos where there's no real call to action, just adding value and being seen and just establishing authority, what we call authority videos. But when in full swing, it doesn't need to cost a lot. But here is where the digital course comes in, right? If you have the digital course set up at this point, and you might just start with so if you look at my, right now I'm creating the 20K Accelerator digital course and it has 62 modules. Okay. To set that up to sell that, first of all, $97 is too cheap, is a big job. So what I'm doing is I'm only selling the first 2 phases. So you don't have to sell your whole digital course. But when you guys get to this point, again, Jess and Nico, you two come to mind. If you have a digital course, even a small format, doesn't have to be an entire program, you can sell it on the back end of your funnel. And even if you only sell 1 a day, that's $97 a day now you have for your ads. So you want to add that digital course. So can you see what we're creating here, guys? Everything we're doing along the way is to work into the next thing. So when I get to ads, everything's ready to go. When I get to Go Hello, everything's ready to go. When I bring on board the VA, everything's ready to go. So it's all formatted in such a methodical way. I don't have to go shit. Even when you get to the point of doing your digital course, you've been running your program for a while, you have a lot of those tools and resources. You don't have to create them. Sit down and go, have to create my whole course, right? You've been recording the groups, or you've been recording calls, or you've been putting worksheets and work and templates together, right? About how many modules, minutes, hours should I? Well, here we go. That's really in depth. We the stars. Yeah, Jess and Nico the stars. I'm picking on you. Erica says, how about sorry, one sec. Erica asked about how many modules, minutes, hours should a $97 program be? Yeah. And now it doesn't have to be 97. It could be 47, it could be 197. But $97 is just a nice low ticket offer. I mean, I might even be encouraged to do 47. So we have the mastermind, which is 47 a month. Whoa, what just happened? Are you guys still there? Something weird just happened. So we have the mastermind, which is 47 a month, so $1.50 a day. I've got this cool advert, you'll see it soon, where I go, hey, this is a Caramello koala. Costs about $3 in Australia. Snap it in half, this is $1.50. You can have half this Caramello koala, my partner's favorite chocolate, she takes it, or you can join our mastermind, right? So we've got this $47 offer, and then we go into the $97 offer, and then we book you in for a strategy call to sell you our 20K Accelerator, which looks something like that. So we've got this value ladder happening. Now we have upsells in 20K Accelerator, which go up to $799 per week. So I've very methodically put this together. So if you don't, I might be inclined to do a $47 digital course offer in the beginning if you had nothing else, nice low ticket. But 47, 97, 197, you're not going to know because everything works slightly different for each person. But to answer your question, 47 to 97, it should keep them busy for 1 to 3 months. So the 20K Accelerator program you'll get access to is for the first 8 weeks of our program. And if you follow it, you can build to 20K. Yeah, it's the sales and the marketing phases and modules. Okay. Um, so in there is 11 and there's about 20 modules in that plus the intro. Do you want to have a sneak peek? Do you guys want to have a sneak peek? I'll show you. We got time? This is bonus training. Want a sneak peek? Let me give you a sneak peek. So I'm creating it on ClickFunnels and my team are moving it to Go level. I'll quickly show you it. You guys want to see it? Everybody in the 20K Accelerator gets this for free. It's going to be ready in the next few weeks. It's going to be really cool. Let me quickly show you. You guys cool if I show you? There's not a huge amount of people on this. If you're watching replay, this is bonus for you. So here is the one I'm creating right now. Just being very slow. So I'm personally creating I'm putting the videos in the text and the worksheets, and then my team are moving it over to Go Level. Huge job. This is a big course, by the way. Yours won't be this big. So if I have a look here, this is what I'm creating right now, right? I'll show you visually. So Nico and Jess and you guys in the program, you're going to get access to this in the next few weeks. Almost there. This take about 60 seconds. It's worth it. I think Erica will like it as well. So it's being a little bit slow. So my current one that you guys have access to is the 16-week business course. There's 16 modules in there. But this is the new one for my new 20K Accelerator program, which most of you guys are in. Most of you will probably end up joining. So if you look here, so let me just close this. So this is the full accelerator program, the complete program. So we've got the welcome section starting here, first 24 to 48 hours. We have a checkpoint system and so forth. This is phase one, building plan acquisition, avatar niche messaging, irresistible offer, pre-qualifying. These are the sales SOPs that we go through in the first 30 days in phase one, Melissa. This is phase two, signing your 5 clients very quickly, getting booked solid, game plan, AI, etc. So this, for $97, people are going to get this first 3, which is ridiculous. We would normally sell this for the whole thing for $997, this $497. So we're doing like a ridiculous deal. But you guys are going to get all this as well, and this and this and this. So it's going to be awesome. So I'm putting the text, the documents, and the videos together in ClickFunnels, and then my team are moving to Go Level. There's going to be an AI integrated. So when you create your avatar, you can click on the avatar, the AI to create it. When you create your content, you can click on my AI. I've got 7 AI agents I've created for you guys as well. It's going to be awesome. I don't know if I answered your question there, Erica. Yeah, cool. Any questions about paid ads? Any other questions about? Oh, Nico had a question. Tyson, Go Level. We're using Go Level. I'm using ClickFunnels to create it because I know ClickFunnels very, very well. Yeah, it won't look like that on Go Level. Go Level is much better because what I just showed you is manual. It's clunky. You got to go navigate it. On Go Level, there's automation workflows. If you don't check in, it follows you up. You automatically unlock ranks and badges. I've got a rank system, and so the AI, that portal, the audio, the book, the funnel, that's all being worked on. The mastermind already in the next 3 weeks. So, you had a question, Nico. Selling 12 to 13 digital courses a month covers the ads. Yeah, bro. Well, so the thing is that um, with selling the digital product, let's say it's a $97 product, whatever amount you sell, that goes towards your ads. Does it make sense? So I've got to deal with Milan that every 10 we sell, he gets that sale. So every 10 courses we sell, we'll give him $97. So my ads guy has an incentive. Everyone I work with, I offer some sort of bonus incentive. We have other incentives as well. So every 10th one we sell, if we sell a certain amount, he gets another bonus. I love paying people bonuses. So the purpose of the digital copy, the digital course in your ads is to fuel the ad spend. So literally every dollar made from sales goes towards ads. So if we sell 5 in a day, that $500 goes towards ads. That doesn't mean we need to increase the ad spend that day by 500, but it allows us to navigate and increase our budget much faster as well. Does that make sense? Cool. Is this good stuff, by the way? You guys enjoying this? All right, we've got 15 minutes left. Perfect. We're on time. 1,200 a month for ads. Oh, you mean for ad spend? Yeah. So my suggestion is start. So we always launch an ad. So when you launch your top of funnel ads, this is for Nico. Thank you for allowing me to answer this. So when we launch top of funnel ads, we normally have one ad set with two or three videos and then one or two images on there. So we'll probably have four ads in one ad set, two or three videos and one image. And we split test them within that ad set. What we're doing at the moment is we have two ad sets for top of the funnel. This is for Nico. If it's confusing, that's cool. You're all learning. It's good stuff anyway, even though it's quite basic, really. Um, but what we do is we have two ad sets split tested. One, we choose a target audience, say business coaches, life coaches, and fitness coaches. And the other one, we just let Andromeda go manually try and work it out. And we split test which works better. We get rid of one ad set, keep that ad set that works best. We have two or three videos in there, one or two texts in there. We're normally split testing at least two of each. We want the videos top of the funnel because we're building a retargeting audience at all times as well. Bigger your retargeting audience, easier it's going to be it because you have to build a pipeline. And so we will always only put $10 to $20 a day into that each ad set for the first probably 5 to 7 days until we work out what isn't working. Even if I had $1 million in my account, I probably wouldn't split test them more than $30 to $50 a day per ad set. Like it just doesn't make because you get the data from that anyway. So the first month, each ad, you're really collecting data, not leads. So you can figure out what does and doesn't work, and then you can scale accordingly. Yeah. Yeah. 290. Oh, for you, USD. Yeah. That's what you're looking at, brother. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Cool. All right. Let's talk about the next phase. So once your group coaching, this is my goal for all of you on this call. My goal for all of you on this call is get 20, 30,000 a month by Christmas, every one of you. Get your group coaching and everything in swing. Everything I've shared with you up until now is where I'd like to see all of you by Christmas. Melissa, Vanessa, Jess, Nico. I'd love some of you will be further ahead. But as a bare minimum, everybody up to where I just shared. In fact, launching ads over Christmas would be a perfect time to launch ads for those that maybe don't do it as quickly as some of the other guys might do it. Here's what I want to see everybody doing next year. Who wants to make passive income? Who wants to have a mastermind community, which is a subscription model, and you're making passive income, 500, 1,000, 2,000, 1,000 people in it? Who would like to have that? So the next step, and the key to making seven figures plus, is a one to very many. We launch one-on-one, we launch one to many, and then we launch one to very many. So we want to launch a mastermind communities, and most of you won't be ready for this until next year. In fact, I wouldn't do this before having two cohorts. I would have at the very least two cohorts in full swing before I even looked at a mastermind. I probably wouldn't look at a mastermind until the 20, 30,000. I wouldn't probably do the mastermind before this point. You're just going to dilute your focus. And the thing about a mastermind is you need to get 500,000 people in there quickly. And it does take 3, 6, 9 months to really get it going and make some good money from it as well. Okay. So I'm going to share with you the process that really I partly learned from Alex Hormozi. I've been watching those guys closely, and this is what I'm currently doing. Complete transparency. I'm only about to launch the pay to play in the next few weeks. So watch what I'm doing very closely because I'm literally doing this now because we only launched the Search Institute 12 months ago. In fact, next week, 12 months, it'll be our first birthday for this agency, which is why a lot of this stuff, even though I've been doing this for 15 years, seems quite fresh where I'm at. Because we just launched the 20K Accelerator a month ago, as an example, right? The new evolved hybrid program. So let's talk about what is a mastermind community. Well, it's a platform that we own that's not on social media, that we can build a community and we can add value and create a network and then obviously make it pay to play. So when we get to this point where our group coaching is in full swing, we always have one main focus: get book solid with one-on-one coaching, quit our job. Then launch our first cohort. Then launch our second cohort. Then launch our evergreen. Then launch our digital course. Then launch our ads. We always have one main focus, and we don't get too overwhelmed, right? Once we launch the mastermind, you want to go all in on it. We launched ours in November. So you want to create a mastermind community. I'm going to quickly show you ours, even though a lot of you have probably seen it. So last year, I started looking for a mastermind platform. I found there's 13 platforms really you can use to create a mastermind. GoHello was actually one. It just is very limited, I think. I found the three top, and this is my objective viewpoint based on my research last year. I found 13 platforms you could build a community on that would work to a degree. The three top were Circle, School with a K, and Mighty Networks. It came down to those three. School is very cool, but it didn't have API or AI, and there was a lot that it couldn't do that I wanted to do, like virtual summits. Circle is could do more functionally than School, but it wasn't very user friendly, and it just wasn't a good experience. I just didn't like it. Like, it didn't flow very well. Mighty Networks by far functionally can do so much more than everything else. School is really popular because of who it's linked to. Obviously, Alex Hormozi is a part owner, and Sam, the creator of the platform. They're very well known, they're essentially celebrities in the industry, so it's very popular, and there's a lot of thriving uh, energy around the platform. I chose Mighty Networks. You guys can choose whatever the heck you want. I recommend choosing between those three. In fact, I would recommend School or Mighty Networks. But when you're ready to, okay, we can create what you want to do with your mastermind is you want to create a mastermind. Now we can do this for you. We've got a team that can set up a School platform for you or a Mighty Networks for you. I mean, it's 100 USD per month. So at this stage of your business, it's not really a lot of money. And what we do to begin with is we can set up a community on here where people can download the app. And there's like a getting started section, right? So it's got like an onboarding. It's got a getting started section in here, and it tells you what to do, and there's a checklist to complete. And then you can create a space that has rooms. So the Surge Masterminds, our overall platform, we're going to have 5 paid subscriptions in here in the next year or so. We're doing an AI Vault. We're doing a fitness nutrition one. We're doing a men's program, and we're going to have all different subscriptions in here. So the first community we've launched is called the Surge 20K Inner Circle, which most of you are in. Okay, we launched it last November, and we created it, and we put in here like a getting started section, events, chat room, podcast. All of our trainings go in here. I think there's about 50 trainings in here, master classes. We can run our challenges and everything through here as well. It's got a bunch of my courses in here for free. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 courses. It's got my books in here that I've written. It's got my audio from Streets in it. So we put a lot of value in there. Okay, and we kept it pretty simple. So what we do is we can set up a mastermind very simple like that with spaces, and it will have an intention. So the purpose of this inner circle is to give you everything you need to launch and build a 20K. Guess what I'm launching soon? The 100K inner circle. Okay. So Alex Hormozi and the guys at School recommend the same as what I recommend. When you first launch the community, make your life easy by launching a free version of it. So what we do is once that's set up, and we can help you set it up, we want to launch and market it, and we make it free for the first 100 or 500 or 2,000 members. So we launched ours in November. We've been very passive about it because we've had a lot going on. When you get to this point, it'll be your primary focus, right? So we made a decision that we will open up free for the first 1,000 members or when this book funnel goes live. So this book funnel is going live on Monday, 3 weeks from Monday, the ads go live for it. The whole ecosystem is done, right? Course, the paid mastermind, the audio, the book, the hard copy, the digital copy, the digital course, the AI, everything. We've got 7 AIs and everything, right? Yeah, 100K in a second. Well, the 100K, the awesome thing is the 100K stuff's already there. I've been running a 100K program for a decade. I've evolved everything, right? I had a 20K business coaching program for 15 years. I just evolved. You're getting the new evolved version of everything. It's been a huge job to get it all set up, right? So what you do is you open up doors and say, hey, the first 500 members get it free, then it's pay to play. Okay, so what's going to happen in a few weeks is you guys, by the way, won't be made to pay to stay in there. But the inner circle that you're in is going to become, we're going to open it up for the first 100 people to get it 47 a month. And then it's going to go to 97 a month. Now, when it becomes pay to play, you're going to see it's going to change in the next few weeks. In fact, I think it's going to be next weekend. You're going to see that this right now is kind of clunky, right? But this is going to become like a program. And you're going to see here, start here. Here's your sales, your avatar, and so forth. You're going to see this modeled to the overall 20K accelerator program. It's the book. It's all going to become one ecosystem. The book is the roadmap. The digital course is the tools and resources. The masterminds, the community, etc., etc. The 20K accelerator is the let's do it together program, and it's all part of one ecosystem. And that's what the community will give you down the track. So take a step back for a second with your mastermind. Once it's set up basically, launch it for free, put the stuff in. Now, in a year from now, you're going to have, 12 webinars, you're going to have books, ebooks you've written, you're going to have free offers, you're going to have stuff, and you're going to put all your stuff in there, right? But once you hit this target, you'll make it pay to play. So, and it could be 100 members, Nico. There's no, rules here. But what's going to happen is you're going to then make it pay to play. $47 a month, $1.50 for the first 100, 200, whatever people, and then you can put it to full price. Whenever I launch anything, we do a free offer, and then we give away, and then we do a foundation. We open up a gym. Hey, first 500 members get it 50% off or whatever it is. We're doing that. It creates exclusivity and urgency as well. Okay. But when it becomes pay to play, it needs to be optimized and organized very succinctly. Amanda, for you, fitness, we help women lose 20, 30 pounds. Join an inner circle. That's what this inner circle is about this transformation. So each sub-community becomes about a transformation or an outcome or a goal. And now you guys in the 20K Accelerator, we're creating a paid space for you guys. So we're going to move all of our communication into the mastermind. We won't be using Facebook chats anymore. We'll be doing it in there. The VAs will be in there, all be in there. There'll be checklists in there. There'll be gamified in there. There'll be automations in there. Regine's going to manage it. It's a very, very cool system. Your goal for all of you, I believe right now, the most exciting part is to get here as quickly as possible. Because it will be very fun for you guys when you get to this point. So all the stuff you're doing now, the boring, monotonous, adding friends and inviting to groups and posting, that shit's boring. The sooner you do that, though, the sooner you get to this cool, fun stuff, right? Because the further you get along, the cooler and the more fun it gets. Also, the more money you make. And now you're making passive income. So here's my prediction. I predict we'll have 1,000 members paying $47 a month by Christmas. That's $47,000 a month. That's my prediction. Within under 12 months. And what I'm going to do is that's going to be that's going to be my play money. I'm going to use that as my income for my partner and I to travel and have fun. Because what I do with my income streams is I allocate income streams to different things. For example, did you guys know for the VA business, I've never paid myself a single dollar a wage. 5 years I've been running the VA agency, never paid myself a single dollar, never made any money from it. I run it like a non-for-profit for that reason. It's to help serve you guys and to provide work for Filipinos. I've never made a single dollar from the VA agency or any VA, ever. Most people don't know that. That's not why I created it. Does that make sense? So yeah. Make sure I'm in your, okay, yeah. So we launch first 100, 500,000 free. We hit that target. Now, what's the really cool thing is what can I do with my mastermind? I can now add it to my funnels to fuel with my ads. So what you're all going to see in the next few weeks when our ads go live, free offer for my digital copy of my book, selling the mastermind, funneling people into the mastermind, selling the digital copy to fuel the ad spend, and we're funneling all these people into ultimately what? Our 20K Accelerator. So what we have here is a value ladder. I've created an ecosystem. So you want to create an ecosystem, Nico. And it's going to work with Nico is going to be launching NLP Prac and Master trainings. It's all going to work together as one big ecosystem. How do we it's what I call a 3D value ladder, Nico. Okay. Now, for those that really want to do this in a big, big way, who's got the goal or dream of one day having your own podcast? Yeah, I would launch your mastermind with a podcast. So once the mastermind becomes pay to play, we launch a podcast. So in about 6 weeks, I'm launching my Surge, finally launching the Surge podcast. So we will interview 1 or 2 of you guys every week. Who would like to be interviewed on my podcast? So we're going to interview 1 or 2 of you guys every week. We've already set it up on iTunes and Spotify. You can go to iTunes, Spotify, and already find them. But what we're going to do is we're going to put the videos of the podcasts into the mastermind. And the only way you can watch the podcast is in there. You can listen to it on iTunes and Spotify and elsewhere, but the only way to watch them will be to join the masterminds. And so we funnel that in there as well. Cool. Any questions on the mastermind? Is that exciting? So again, I want to paint a picture for you guys, Jess and Nico and Amanda and Vanessa down the track, what to be excited about to keep you, because it's hard to be disciplined and stay motivated doing the boring, mundane shit every day in day. The first 3, 6, 9 months is boring, monotonous, mundane. It feels like you're doing all this stuff for no output or no reward, but it has to kick in. Compounding kicks in. You have to get book solid. You have to move to the next step and make it about the steps and the roadmap and the checkpoints. The only way you can fail is to quit on the journey, right? Any questions on the mastermind? So I think you're all in my mastermind, the Surge Mastermind. You're going to be seeing in the next few weeks. That's going to be a really big focal point for us. I want to move away more from Facebook and have all of our masterminds. So you're going to see I'm going to be going live in there, doing lives in there. There'll be a lot more community and networking and interaction in there. As I move away from Facebook completely, we move towards the paid model in there. The 20K Accelerator Mastermind will go in there as well. We're creating space just for you clients in there. And obviously, you don't just have to have one paid mastermind. You can have multiple. So you might have one for practitioner level. You might have one for master. You can have multiple space in there. You can also run virtual summits through there and have guest speakers in there. You can run your challenges through there. You can put your course in there, so you can access our courses in there. They're integrated in there as well, but they're very cool. Any questions on that, guys? No, cool. Is that helpful? Is that useful? Yeah, getting to that point of launching a mastermind is exciting. So, as we wrap this up, let's take a step back and look at the overall blueprint. That is the seven-figure blueprint. Okay. Now, as I go through this, I want to invite each of you to figure out which step you're at. What step am I at right now? Now, these steps, remember, um, some of you will do faster than others. Don't get too caught up in, oh, this person's doing, like, when you see everyone else doing better than you and you feel hard on yourself, like, do I suck? Or when you see other people doing better than you, use that as motivation, inspiration. If people are moving faster, good. Well, Nico can do it. Why can't I do it? Jess can do it. Why can't I do it? This person do it. So you can use it as motivation or you can use it as disappointment. If I see other people doing faster, but like Alex Hormozi and I weren't in a very different position 9, 10 years ago. We were studio owners and gym owners and things like that. And now look at the difference. Dude's doing 200 and something million a year. I'm like, what the heck happened? I find that motivating. Do you know what I mean? So, which is why I watch so much of his stuff now. I think that's inspiring to see people do that. So, what's my point here is what I really want everyone to do right now is to work out where they're at on this 12. Think of it as a game board. Where are you on the game board right now? So, all of you right now are building your one-on-one coaching to get book solid. No one here is book solid one-on-one coaching A. So, checkpoint 3, that you can see there's a target there for a reason. Okay, that's what we want to do. So to get book solid one-on-one coaching right now, the first thing you need to do is you need to hire a VA. Okay. Build your Facebook funnel system with your monthly event. You need to hire a VA, implement the stuff from the last webinar, the 20K workshop, which is your sales SOPs, Facebook funnel, monthly event, daily content. You need to hire a VA. So if you don't have a VA, that's the first thing you need to do. Tyson, I think, is the only person who doesn't have a VA. Eric, you've got a VA, which is awesome. Once a VA is on board, okay, normally straight away we hire a VA. We get to 5 clients, we'll launch Go Level. So I think obviously the next step for you, for Melissa, is probably launch Go Level, but we need 5 clients for that. Okay. Vanessa, I don't know if you have Go Level, but 5 clients at Go Level for you, right? So we're kind of at moving to level, but part 2. I don't think anyone here is beyond part 3. So most of you are part 1, step 1, step 2, step 3. Okay. Now to get to step 3, it's the Facebook funnel, right? You refine the sales SOPs. We do the daily content with the help of the VA. We get them to full time. We're booking 10 or 15 appointments per week. We're following that system 100%. We're doing the monthly event. We're following those people up. That's going to get your book solid. 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, it's inevitable. It's the daily checklist, remember? 20K Accelerator crew. Once you're booked one-on-one coaching, now we've got to hire a phone setter to start making calls. In fact, once you've got Go Level, you should have somebody making calls already. Okay. Now, in there, that's also where we're refining Go Level. So we're adding the pre-qualifying form, we're adding the event funnel, we're adding the 5 free offers. That stuff should be done before your book solid with one-on-one. You want to be doing that stuff as soon as humanly possible. Our VAs can do that for you as well. So once you launch Go Level, you follow the Go Level steps on getting that set up. We can help with that as well. Hire a phone setter and Go Level manager. Really, that means hiring a second VA. So at this point, step 4 is hiring a second person, not just having one person do it all. Okay. And obviously, then we're launching cohort 1, then we're launching cohort 2. Once they're launched, we hire the closer. Let's move this stuff out of the way, move this stuff out of the way. Then we launch our evergreen coaching. Then we hire a client success manager. Then we start our paid ads. Now, with 10, 11, and 12, especially 10, 11, you can be flexible with them. You might start ads, you know, between 5 and 6. Okay. I'd actually encourage you guys to start paid ads as soon as you can. Okay. And the digital course, I'm more inclined. Once I start paid ads, I actually encourage doing paid ads without the digital course to begin with, just to get the ball rolling. But otherwise, you're going to be waiting to get the digital course shouldn't take you more than 30 days to complete. Even mine's only taking a month, and that one I showed you, that's a huge job, guys. You don't need something that big to begin with. If you've got a 12-week program, you have 12 modules, one for each week. That's all you do, nice and simple. You have an intro, you have some bonus stuff in there, very simple. Okay. And then ultimately, you're launching your mastermind and podcast. So all of you right now want to move through these checkpoints as quickly as you can so you can have the fun with the mastermind and the podcast. Like imagine in a year from now, 12 months, 18 months from now, you've got a mastermind podcast and all this set up. How would you guys feel about that? Would that be cool? So what's everybody's next step? Obviously getting booked solid. Just post in the chat, where's everybody at? What's your next step? What's your focus? The sales SOPs, the daily checklist for the Facebook funnel, getting your VA full time and getting your hell of a set up priorities right now. That's the stuff that's going to get your book solid, yeah. Anyone have any questions on that? You guys are all very quiet. You all good? What's this? Are these questions? No, cool. Big events with lots of calls and clients, daily checklist and perfect my content. Yep. 5 clients phone set a group program. Yep. So now I've given you the roadmap. Now I've given you the checkpoints. I've painted a clear picture and image for the next 6, 12, 18 months for some of you, depending on how fast you do things. It's really just making a conscious effort to focus on the main thing right now. For most of you, it's the Facebook checklist and the Facebook funnel. You want to get the VA on board as quickly as possible, get them to full time as quickly as possible, and get your Go High Level set up. Those two things there is what's going to help you get because when Go High Level set up, it automates the funnel. You're funneling everyone from the Facebook funnel into Go High Level. It automates your calendar. It gives your business more professionalism. You got the free offers with the event, the pre-qualifying form. It just makes a huge difference, right? And the VA can use that as well to help you generate leads, book appointments, and funnel everyone into it. Selling like crazy on Sunday so I can jumpstart. Yeah. You know what the hardest part of the whole process is? Your first 5 clients. Because if you can get 5 clients once, you can do it again. You got 10 clients now, you're pretty much booked solid or close to launching group. The sooner you guys launch group, it gets fun too. Like, can you see how it gets more fun the further you go? People quit in the beginning because it's boring and monotonous, and you got to do the stuff which is boring and monotonous over and over again until you get there. People quit. I'm not going to mention any names, but 2 people quit last week. They're still doing the same old stuff that wasn't working a month ago, still trying to get a result, but when it's not working. So here's the final thing for each of you. I shared this slide before to challenge all of you to make an all-in decision that even though you have doubt, even though you have fear, even though you're uncertain, even though you have questions, even though if you're not sure if it's real for you, even if it takes you 3, 4, 5 years. If I told you in 3 years from now you'd have $1 million business with Mastermind, would you have a problem with that? No, the next 3 years is going to go by anyway. What else are you going to do? Work for someone else? So the purpose of this call is to make an all-in decision, to choose to draw a line in the sand. You may have joined programs before, you may have tried ads before, you may have tried business before, you may have had coaches before, and it hasn't worked out. But this time is different because you're going to make an all-in decision to do this until you're successful. An until person doesn't stop when it gets hard. They don't stop when they get sick. They don't stop when their mum dies. I can say that because it just happened to me. An all-in until person does it until they succeed. And because I know that I'm either going to go bankrupt, succeed, or die, I can't fail. If I went bankrupt, which is almost impossible, nothing's impossible because of the way I set things up, guess what I would do? I'd launch a company in a different country and I'd go again. What else have I got to do? I'm unemployable. I can't work for somebody else. So this is where the saying comes in, don't have a backup plan. Amanda, you got to pay the bills. You guys got to put food on the tables. But again, focus all your energy on the next step, and there's 2 parts to the steps, isn't there? There's a checkpoint and there's the outcome, right? The checkpoint might be get my Go High Level set up, but the outcome is, well, I need 5 clients to quit my job. So Nico and Amanda right now should be all about quitting a job tomorrow. I want to give my note. How do I give my notice next Friday? You know what I mean? Because that gives you 20, 30, 40 hours extra. Everything and anything that you do today should be about that. You quit your job, now you're going to get comfortable. Jess, you're pretty comfortable. You're comfortable. You got a beautiful family. Yeah, you got some money coming through. You got the bills covered. That's a problem. It's a dangerous zone to be in. Comfort zone is a danger zone. So you got to find a way to go, oh, well, Jess, let's get your book solid one-on-one quickly, get the groups going cranky. That group system I just showed you, when you guys get that in full swing, my goodness, you'll start making more. You'll feel guilty, guys. Those of you who stick around long enough will get to a point where you'll be making more money than ever, working less hard than ever, and you'll feel guilty. It happened to me not last year, the year before, when I was traveling. We were doing $70,000 to $80,000 per week, every week consistently. And we're traveling, I was having fun. I was only working 30, 40 hours per week for a couple of months. I was having a bit of fun, enjoying, I was traveling. I had a moment I felt guilty, which is crazy, isn't it? I'd worked my ass off for so many years to create what I created. So what I'm creating now, Andrew asked me the other day, like, do I have people tell me to slow down? I'm spending 3 years to create an agency. So by the time I'm 50 in 3 years, that will make more money than I could ever spend, challenge accepted, and will help more people than I can count. Now, what I'm creating at the Search Institute is not necessarily what we're all creating. You have your own business and your own goals and your own level of ambition. But I will leave you this one last thing is think a bit larger, move a little bit quicker, because the more momentum you get, the easier it gets. The more money you have coming through, the easier it gets. And also you're helping more people, you're getting more testimonials, right? Pay attention now to our numbers versus 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now. Yeah. And remember to be patient with results, but impatient with activity. Be patient with results, be impatient with activity. Well, that's pretty much it for today. I've got a couple of events coming up, but since all of you are pretty much in the program or have talked about the program, Tyson and Erica have spoken to you guys about the program before. Everybody else is in the program. So I'm not going to pitch right now. I know Tyson and Erica, you're aware of the price of the program. Erica, we had a card issue or something. But when you guys can justify, plug into the 20K accelerator as soon as you can. Does anyone have any questions for me? We'll open up for a quick Q&A. We'll wrap it up for the day. Nico, what was your biggest takeaway from today? Vanessa, what was your biggest takeaway from today? Yeah, just in the chat's fine. Melissa, now Sarah. Yeah, you can see why I recommend. Yeah, exactly, Nico. We're doing it in a way where you're visualizing and manifesting and future pacing. You're embedding yourself in it, associated now, you know. So you focus on the now, but you're aware of the outcome of the goal. You know, the next, really, it's that mastermind. Getting to a point where you have that mastermind, shit's going to be fun. Right? I know it's hard when you've got to pay the bills and you're working and all that, but that's why you got to prioritize that next checkpoint. Having the roadmap, growing with more cohorts and course, yep. But all of you right now have the same goal. Get book solid with one-on-one clients very quickly. It's really that simple. Quit your job, get book solid one-on-one clients. To do that, you get your Go level cranking, get the VA to full-time on that journey, and then you can launch your groups. When you launch your first group is when you'll take your first big deep breath, Vanessa. Because that's when you start playing at a bigger level. I have a real business. I don't just have a one-on-one coach. I'm not just a coach now, I'm a business owner. You start playing at a different level. So yeah. I kind of like to force it as well. Like if I can't afford it, I'm not recommending this for you guys. I work a little bit like, you know how most people go, well, when I can afford X, I'll do X. Right? Let's say I want to go to Maldives and it's 20,000 and I didn't have 20,000. I wouldn't be like, oh, let's wait for 20 grand. I'm like, okay, well, when do I want to go? I want to go in 20 weeks. Okay, I need $1,000 a week. I can put aside 500 now. I need $500 a week. How do I make 500? Need 2 clients. Okay, let's get 2 clients. They put all that aside. There's my 6-month plan. And what I do in advance, Nico, is I put the itinerary, I put the hotels, I put the flights, I put everything together as a mock pre-visualized itinerary. And so again, this works well after yesterday's chat on the huddle where I said you want to spend one day on the weekend for dream building day where you're working on this stuff. You guys should be planning your mastermind in advance on that day. Should be mapping out your group coaching in advance. Don't waste time on it or spend too much time on it, but keep it there so it's at the forefront of your mind. It becomes part of the manifestation of visualization and the future pacing, as Nico was saying. So spend more time on that stuff. I like I've got 9 launches before I can launch my men's program. I'm excited to launch a men's program. I could be 3 years away from that. I've got to do these other things first. I have that stuff there, but my focus right now is like right now is the book funnel. When the book funnel launches, my focus is the sales academy. When that launches, I'm writing, well, I'm finishing writing my sales book. When that launches, I got my laptop lifestyle book launching. When that launches, the affiliate system launches. When that launches, now I can launch the 100K accelerator and 100K mastermind. When that launches, hey, now I can launch my men's program. Does that make sense? That stuff is all there. I'm mapping it out. I'm not spending hours on it, but it's all there. I'm clear on it. Does it make sense? Yeah, cool. If anyone well, it's gym time for me. It's 12:15 here. Hope you got lots of value from that training. We've got it in a couple of weeks. We're going to do the free social media content creation challenge. I'll reach out to you guys about that shortly. And I'm also going to do an event in 3 or 4 weeks on setting up GoHelloable because a bunch of you guys in the current program will probably be pretty close already in the next month to setting that up properly. Any questions, let me know, and I'll speak to everybody soon. Thank you, guys. Bye.